never hungry. This isn't some juice diet or starving yourself nonsense. I'm eating food that tastes great, even when I'm out on the road. Here's the beauty. Awaken 180 gives you the game plan to handle real-life situations. I've been hitting plenty of events lately, temptation everywhere, and I've managed to stay on track effortlessly. That's huge. 10 pounds down, energy way up, hunger totally controlled. So if you're tired of carrying around extra weight, tired of diets that don't work, it's time to check out Awaken 180. Take it from me, Hacker Dempsey Hayes, basically everyone. It's easy. It works and it's real. Do what we did and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Home of the Jaguars, 1010XL, WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. When Jag News breaks, hear it first on 1010XL. She's seen and heard all over 1010XL's video and social channels.
Whether the big cats are at the bank or on the road, I'm there too. Follow my updates all season long, on air and online.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota.
Do the Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Tired of spending all day looking for a new truck? Then stop. At Garber Auto Mall, you can see every new American-made truck side by side. Chevy, GMC, Buick, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Visit us at GarberAutomall.com or in Green Cove Springs. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there is always a little room for wiggle.
Do the Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Jacksonville, get ready to spice up your night at One Night Taco Stand. Every Taco Tuesday, enjoy their mouth-watering tacos for just $2.99 and get your weekend started with 2-for-1 house margaritas. Find fresh Mexican street food, stiff drinks, and fun vibes at One Night Taco Stand with 3 Jacksonville locations in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beechurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com. Powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know what?
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. Google, it's go time on a Monday morning. It is a Monday morning full of excitement for basketball fans. Gators bounce through. I think I could sum up most of Gator Nation's thoughts Saturday evening about 8 o'clock. The thoughts and feelings of Gator Nation can probably best be summed up from the majesty of song and Billy Joel back in the day had a song that had the lyric, heart attack, man, a heart attack city for Florida. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if the magic's come to an end here. Right hand raised, everybody. I mean, look, man, belief is one thing. Watching what you were watching, seeing what you were seeing, looking at the scoreboard and the game clock, didn't you think, yeah, the carpet ride's over? E.T., were you watching the Florida game?
Of course I was.
Think the Gators were done?
Of course I did.
Yeah, I listen, and they are Team Moxie. They have been. Again, that Gator run, this time it came at the very end of the game. 18-4 put it away. They have that run every game, don't they?
Man.
Every win, they have that game. I said it last week. They either go from down to up or close game to ahead or ahead to blowout. They'll just throw a 16-2 on you.
Right.
An 18-4. We'll see what they have in store as we move ahead. But, yeah, man, what did I just see? Honestly, what did I see Saturday night? There's 3 minutes to go. I'm conceding the game.
Mm-hmm.
Florida can't. I mean, they've been down 10 3 times. They currently sit down 9. I'm seeing nothing here that tells me we're winning this game.
A 10-point lead means nothing when you got Walter Clayton Jr. on your
man,
team.
and Houck hit those 2 threes to kind of get them back in the game.
Yep.
And then Clayton hit a 3 and tied it. And, man, I'll tell you, a smart move when they were still down. I thought it was a smart move. I don't necessarily think they fouled the right guy, but to go ahead and put them at the line while they're still in 1-1 with 2.5 minutes to go, that was a very understated coaching move by Todd Golden in that game. I think when he did it the first time, they were down, I don't know, maybe 6. They were still down 6 with like 2.5 to go, and they fouled right away. Because, look, when you get to 10 fouls, it's 2 shots. You lose that hope of an advantage. That basket gets small in the last 3 minutes of an Elite 8 game, even for a 70, 80% free throw shooter. And they elected to give that foul early and put Texas Tech at the line while it's still, I think it was a 6-point game. I'm not looking at the game flow in front of me. I'm pretty sure at 6 points, they fouled and sent them to the line with more than 2 minutes still to go in the game. They missed it. Florida hit a 3. They fouled again. It wasn't immediately, but when the ball got in the hands of a poor free throw shooter, they fouled him. JT Toppin, player of the year in the Big 12, he misses. And Florida hits another 3, and just like that, man, they go from down 9 to tied, but you just in a blink. And I'm like, what did I just see? Closed it out from there. Did it at the free throw line, man. Did it at the free throw line. Those are big free. After the game, they see me. You know what those free throws were, man? Those were 3.5-foot putts. Yeah, they look awful easy until you miss one. When you're lining them up, they don't look so easy. Once they go dead center of the hole, it was a gimme. And that's those free throws. The first 2, don't understate these. Those 2 by Elijah Martin. Florida had gotten the lead. Finally, they got a 1-point lead. Auburn misses. Florida rebounds. They're trying to get it across the timeline. Terribly bad timed foul by Auburn. They just didn't realize that Florida was this close to committing a 10-second violation. This close. But they bailed them out with a foul in the backcourt. So with, 20 seconds to go, 19, 15, whatever it was, Florida's up 1. Elijah Martin's at the line. I'm pretty sure he's shooting 1-1. Those are 2 big free throws, man. Those are 2 big free throws. You got a 1-point lead. You're a 75% free throw shooter. You're already 2 for 2 on the day. Odds are you're missing one of these 2. That's what the math says. And I thought he got away with 2 of them. Neither one of them looked pure. First one kind of rattled in. The second one hopped a couple of times. But those 2 free throws and the 3-point lead, Texas Tech got the open 3-pointer. They missed it. Florida rebounds. And then they hit 4 more free throws down the stretch. They closed 18-4. And what did I just watch again? What just happened again? Does the
Clayton screen defense Williams. Clayton to try to tie. Inside Clayton. Well, they stopped Clayton in the paint on the cut.
And he just dribbles it out.
He dribbles it out, and they were late getting to him.
I've got, I misspoke. Obviously, I know they're playing Texas Tech. I think I dropped an Auburn in there somewhere, thinking about that's who the Final Four opponent will be. And we got much more on that and what that brings. But, yeah, you did, the Walter Clayton show just put a couple of exclamation points. Have you seen a guy's star rise this fast? Everyone's late to the Walter Clayton party.
Yo, everybody.
They're late. We've been watching them all year. I know. I called this guy Jamal Murray 2 months ago, E.T.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
And I'll stick by that because this weekend, suddenly, he's Steph Curry now. My man has gone from, like, I think underappreciated to now they're talking about it with Steph Curry. I can't wait to look at the mock draft. See, now you watch. You can see Walter Clayton in the top 15, right? I mean, this guy first wasn't in the mock drafts, 2 rounds. Then he snuck into the mock drafts in the middle of the second round. He's forecast almost every time behind Alex Condon. I'll do a little mock draft dive here. Walter Clayton is not completely stolen the show, but he's been part of Ocean's 11 in this tournament. He's one of the thieves of this show. And the other 2 are there. Does the committee get to take a victory lap? Huh? I mean, they just get ripped up one side and down the other. Even if you're a 1 seed, you're not happy, right, Gator Nation? We weren't seeded right. Florida wasn't seeded right. They were the 4 seed. They should have been the 2 seed. And by the way, if you look now, and I think if you power ranked the Final Four, you would probably have Florida as the 2. That's where I'm seeing most of the quote-unquote experts put them. Don't sleep on Houston. Don't sleep on Houston. Boy, they just continue to look really good. Tennessee's playing good basketball, man. Don't forget what they had done in the SEC tournament. They beat Auburn, lost to Florida in the final, advancing through, and just got hammered, man. I mean, Florida is like had among the most dramatic games, really. The UConn game and now,
yeah, for sure.
Saturday night's thrilling win over Texas Tech. I will just say a couple things. All right. I when the bracket came out, I thought Texas Tech was the toughest team in the bracket. Thought it was the toughest matchup. Going into the weekend, I thought if I said on this air the final's going to be like 88-85, gang, this thing's going right down to the wire. I think Florida will win, but I think that it's going to go right down. It's going to be up in the air in the final minutes, and sure as sugar, it played out that way. And, you know, Steve Spurrier used to say God smiled on the Gators today. Yeah, he smiled on them Saturday, man, because what did I just watch again? Anywho, back to the tourney in the Final Four now as it's situated. Houston with the blowout win over Tennessee. Duke similarly easy against another SEC 2 seed. They beat Alabama on Saturday night. Auburn relatively easy over Michigan State. Relatively easy yesterday as they go into the Final Four for the second time under Bruce Pearl. Wait till I drop on you the reminder of where Auburn basketball was before Bruce Pearl got there. You want to talk about the power of hiring the right coach? The Gators think they've done that because here's Todd Golden in the Final Four. Florida, the other 1 seed. So the committee gets all 4 1 seeds. They raised eyebrows with 14 SEC selections, but there you had 7 SEC in the Sweet 16. You had 4 more in the Elite 8, and half of the Final Four now made up of SEC schools, and I do think they are, and as it's proven to be, the best 2 teams in the SEC, Auburn and Florida. You have the 3 best players in college basketball. Huh? Is that a sidebar for you? Right? Cooper Flagg has led Duke. Janai Broome has led Auburn. By the way, both of those guys were Walter Clayton-esque in their team's wins this weekend. Their wins were just much easier. And then you have the guy who is, I think, would be the MVP of the tournament if there was such a vote right now.
Absolutely. Because
of the shots he's hitting and when he's hitting them. And there is, and I've not seen it really until this weekend, and credit to the basketball savvy eyes bringing in that Steph Curry comparison only from this standpoint. That play he had the other night where he had dribbled it into the lane, dribbled it back out, and then sensed with his back turn that he'd have just enough to turn around like he's playing stinking horse.
Yeah.
He'd have just enough room to turn around, fire. My man hit a turnaround 3-pointer top of the key.
No hesitation.
To put the Gators up.
No hesitation.
Just dribbled it right. I said, okay, that looked like Steph. All right, I will say that the ability to shoot it quick with a hand in the face and it looked like it's perfect the whole way.
Knowing that is going in.
There's a little Steph there. I'll get that. But I'm going to stand by because he will always drive much more than Steph does. And ain't nobody Steph, so let's just settle down on
right.
that. But Jamal Murray, I'm going to stand with. I'm liking that one more and more. I thought Clayton Jr.'s also showed a little more because the game gets on the line. He's got to take it to the hole. He's got a little more hops, too, than it feels like. Like when he got to go strong to the basket to either draw a foul or convert, he's done that as well.
That's that former football player in him.
Yeah, and man, with every victory and impressive performance, he's making a legitimate claim as the best ever put on a Gator basketball uniform. He's already the first, first team All-American in program history. And we're going to have to kind of retrain ourselves to what one of your guys are, right? Like back in the day, one of your guys, Noah and Horford and, Mike Miller and Teddy Dupay and Neil Walk and Vernon Maxwell, you recruited them, you signed them, and they played for you for 3 or 4 years. And when they left, there was no doubt they were a Gator or whatever your team is. That's changed now with this transfer portal. It's changed. And so Walter Clayton in just 2 years, especially if they finish this thing off, just one more sidebar, could he be the best Gator basketball player ever? I know if you're like of this generation, you're like, well, yeah. And I think I'm joining you in that camp. So, and by the way, I will say this because I've watched this Gator basketball team. I've watched college basketball. I don't know why more this year than ever. And that the concerns that I had about the free throw shooting, they really cropped up to me in wins even at times. And I'll give them credit. They were money at the free throw line the other day. They weren't it would have cost them, had they not pulled it out, was it the UConn game? It would have cost them the UConn game, right? They were 12 for 23 or just something ridiculous. No, they missed 12 for 25 or something ridiculous against UConn. But, man, they hit those free throws down the stretch. That's for sure. So, what a terrific Final Four. I think if you're a Gator fan, there is no easy option when all the 1 seeds advance. There was that interesting timing, too, make you do a Dailies double take. First time all 4 1 seeds have advanced since 2008. More with the Dailies double take. Stop by the Dash this morning. Get that coffee. Get those biscuits. All right, so the last time all 4 1 seeds ET advanced was 2008.
Okay.
That year, when the 4 1 seeds advanced, the Final Four was in San Antonio, where it is this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that Final Four, like this one, will be played on the specific dates of April 5th and April 7th. So if you want to look into your long-range planning forecast, find the next Final Four in San Antonio, maybe just make a note, pencil in your 1 seeds that year, because that's what we got. Should be awesome. Anyway, all I was going to say is there's no easy matchup here with 1 seeds. But wouldn't you rather face Auburn than Duke or Houston?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Especially with the injury that Janiyah Brooks.
Yeah, and who knows that? I didn't see that really until I saw the slow-mo replay this morning, and that thing hyperextended pretty fierce.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell, thankfully, being a lefty, he was able to hit that three-pointer. That was a big shot.
Right.
Because, Michigan State, what we saw teams do this weekend, being down 9 with 4 minutes to go and charging back, Texas Tech had done it to Arkansas. You didn't feel safe until that thing was put away, and Broom hit a big three-pointer late on that one. He had an awesome game. Cooper Flagg had an awesome game. So, like I said, the best players in college basketball are playing their best. Houston just feels different this year than some of those past years. They feel like that offense seems a lot more capable, doesn't it?
They do.
Yeah, and they play that defense now. But this year that Houston offense seems more capable. So it's Florida, Auburn. It's the early game on Saturday. Then it's Duke and Houston. The winners advance. All right, on to these sheets of integrity. I'll update you on that when we come back on the other side. One of us is safe, and neither of the other two are dead. That's what's supposed to happen in a March Madness bracket. So we will do that. Also, Braves, question mark. Never heard of them. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. We're booming at you live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Bone-crushing blows to game-winning goals. Yes! Feel the energy on 1010XL. History! Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Mia here, and let me tell you about one of our area's best resorts, the Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa. The Sawgrass Marriott is not only a great destination for a vacation, but it is also a great destination for dining on the Florida's first coast. 1912 Ocean Bar and Rooftop is now open on Ponte Vedra Boulevard, featuring Ponte Vedra's only oceanfront rooftop bar and lounge. Serving finely crafted cocktails and delectable eats, it's open daily from 4 to 10 with complimentary valet parking.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
First Coast, I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
This is head coach Matthew Driscoll from the UNF men's basketball team. When our players suffer an orthopedic injury, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists gets our players back on the court pain-free.
We appreciate the endorsements from our high school and college coaches. This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. Next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Live and local in Riverside. 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Join UF Health Jacksonville for their inaugural golf classic on Friday, April 25th at Amelia River Club. Sponsorships and foursomes are available. Visit ufhealthjacks.org/golf for details. See you on the course.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back on the Monday Morning Quarterback. So we'll just have a little fun with audio to make the first declaration. We have our first soldier has climbed out of the foxhole. He is safe. He's left two brothers behind who will battle. Only one, sadly, will come out alive. The other will face the wheel of consequences. The brackets of integrity now have moved on to the Final Four. I can tell you who we each have in the Final Four. It's going to be difficult for you to discern who may or may not be safe at this juncture. In fact, as I give you the clues, it may even throw you a little bit off. You ready? When we last left you, E.T. and Dan were up like a point on me. Here's the Final Four. I had Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Tennessee. I went 3 for 4. With Florida beating Duke in the final. Dan Hicken had Michigan State, Florida, Duke, and Houston. So he's got 3 out of 4. He has Florida and Duke in the final with Florida winning. E.T. Auburn, Florida, Duke, Purdue. He has 3 of the 4. Ugh. He has Florida, Duke in the final, but he has Duke winning. So that's the situation as it stood or stands. I was down 1 to these 2. Right now, we each have 3 of the 4. We each have Florida and Duke winning the next round. So Saturday will not affect the standings. And then in the final, Dan and I each have Florida, and E.T. has Duke. So to tell you who has emerged safe at this point and can just comfortably sit back, I will use, again, maybe you heard it tease, this audio clue.
And he is safe! Safe at the plate!
There you go. Now, if you're a Braves fan, as I am, more on that in a second, then you remember that as being a dramatic run scored in 1991 NLCS. Sid Bream is safe! Safe! And I have the safe word today, yes.
And he is safe!
Yes, I'm safe.
Safe at the plate!
Thank you. I'm safe at the plate this morning. And I will now get to just sit back and watch you two sweat it out. And, you know, what it comes down to is this. Who between Florida and Duke goes further? E.T. is in his Duke warm-up gear again this Monday. At least the tops. He'll probably go full out by the end of the week. and so he's riding Duke, and Hick is riding Florida. We'll see if it's a Duke-Florida finale. If it is, the next Monday's show is going to be fraught. It's going to be fraught with stress and tension. Now, if either one of if Duke loses, then Hicken wins. And if Florida loses, ET wins. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds right. Like if Duke
Unless they both lose the next game, then we have a tie, and then it'll go to total points in the championship game. Even if you don't have teams in it. And if it came to that, if it weren't Duke and Florida, then you're
Auburn.
Hicken would have 188 points, and you'd have 174. And with Houston in the game, that would seem to benefit you. Like if you're projecting a Duke-Florida game, you're going to put a point total a lot higher than if you have Houston against anyone in that final, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah, the Final Four is set. By the way, the official tally now, I have 83 points. Hicken and ET each have 81. So I have not, by any stretch, locked up first place. But being 2 points ahead of Dan, and we have the exact same picks, he can't catch me. So I can't fall into last. And so that means Dan and ET. Now ET's a little more because Hicken had Michigan State, ET had Purdue, so those are opposite. There's still a lot to happen here, depending on what each of those teams do in their Final Four game. For the Gators, on to the Final Four for the 6th time. They're starting to swim into some pretty impressive waters. Okay, I was looking at this. Final Four appearances. Let me get here. Appearances. Let's do it this way. Final Four appearances. I mean, come on, man. I just had this the other day. What are we doing? This will be number 6 for Florida, right? They went for the first time in 1994. Billy Donovan took them back in like the 99-2000 season. Then they won back-to-back with Billy Donovan in the mid-2000s. And then Billy Ball took them back again in, what, was it 2014? Was that the year? Early 2012? One of those. 2014, yeah, last Final Four 2014 with Big Pat Young and company. And so now on and back to the Final Four for the 6th time in program history. Those 6 Final Four appearances put them just one behind Louisville and Houston and UConn. They're just a couple behind Indiana. They have the same amount of Final Four appearances as Michigan. They have the same as Syracuse. They have the same as Villanova. They now have more Final Four appearances, Florida does, than Georgetown, Arizona, Baylor, Wisconsin, Purdue, Marquette, Texas, Virginia. A lot of pretty decent basketball programs. The same number as Villanova, the same number as Syracuse, only the same number as Arkansas. Only Kentucky from the SEC has more Final Four appearances now than the Gators, and Kentucky is well ahead of the rest of the league. They have 17 Final Four appearances, but number 6 for Florida. And what's really amazing is you look down and you want to know how hard it is to make a Final Four. Like if you compare that 6 ET to the Dukes of the world and, the North Carolinas, the true blue bloods, UCLA, Kansas, right? If you compare them to that, yeah, maybe it's not all that impressive if you have 6. But you have 6. Arkansas has 6, okay? The rest of the SEC, you got LSU with 4. You have Auburn now with 2 in their basketball history. You have, let me give you another one, by the way, Gonzaga, only 2 Final Fours. Again, Florida, 6 now. Continuing from the SEC, Alabama, 1 Final Four. Been to 1 their entire basketball history. 1. Georgia, 1 Final Four. Way back in 1983. That'd be the same number, by the way, as JU. Miami just went to their first Final Four in 2023. Mississippi State, SEC, 1 Final Four. South Carolina, SEC, 1 Final Four. And by the way, I didn't even mention a team in there. Did you notice that? This is a really confounding basketball fact. Tennessee has never been to a Final Four, ET.
Oh, dear.
They've had some good teams now through the years. They've had some 1 seeds. and just have not gotten it done in March.
Well, shout out to their ladies, though.
They've, they back in the day, especially.
Yeah.
It looks like one of the old school, hey, have you forgotten about us? Looks like UConn to me. Looks like they're the best among those ladies. I don't know. If you want to know all about the women's basketball, just tune into Sports Center, man. They'll give you a half hour one morning. You'll be good to go.
First thing in the morning.
All right. I wanted to wait, but I'm just going to go ahead and offer up a Shazam spotlight. It's brought to you by ShazamAuto.com and the Murray Ford Superstores in Stark and Kingsland. I may need to go to, I mean, this is a Shazam spotlight that I might need some emergency correspondence with Daniel Murphy. Played in the majors for a lot of years. I'm a pretty baseball savvy guy. It's, been my favorite professional sport since I was like a kindergartner. So when I say I'm pretty savvy, I'm being humble. Know the game pretty good. Love it. Know the history of it. I'm also decent at math, especially the simple kind. Like, you want to do adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, ET, I'm your guy. You want to start, whenever you start throwing letters into the math, I'm in trouble. But as long as it's numbers only in the math, I'm decent. ET, baseball game is 9 innings, right?
That is correct.
The visiting team bats all 9 innings.
For sure.
Doesn't matter what the score is. Now, if the home team's ahead, they only bat 8 innings, so it doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
So 9 innings with a minimum of 3 at-bats an inning, right? 3 outs in an inning.
3 outs, yep.
Okay. Now, again, are you smarter than a third grader? What's 9 times 3?
That'll be 27.
27. So even the most anemic offense in baseball gets 27 at-bats if they're the visiting team.
At minimum.
And make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, the most anemic team in baseball right now are the Atlanta stinking Braves. Accent on stinking. And what they did on national TV the last 2 nights offensively is grounds for suspension. Just suspend them. Put them on TV probation. You can't show those sad sacks on national TV not one more time until they, I don't know, maybe score a run. But back to the Shazam spotlight. Brought to you by ShazamAuto.com, the Murray Ford Superstores, Stark and Kingsland. Shazam. Maybe they can give you some lower numbers than you would expected. But let me go back to my point. And again, Murph, if you're listening, give us a call this morning or text me, because this is a new one on me. So the Braves, visiting team, got shut out last night on Sunday Night Baseball. They have started 0-4, and after game 1, where they had a lead at one point and scored 3 or 4 runs, they literally have scored like a run the last 3 days. They're terrible. Pitiful. If you go down the batting averages, it looks like the GPA for Animal House or Dazed and Confused, like some wake and bake stoner somewhere. It's got a higher GPA than these batting averages. It's an affront to fandom, this pitiful effort the Braves have given out of the gate. So I feel you out there. I'm not in line with some of the over-the-top text line, responses this morning that the Braves, quote, suck and they're going to win 55 games. No, they're not. They're going to somehow win their 90 and go to the postseason, and the termite infestation of the bat rack will continue, and they'll bow out meekly because our GM is giving long-term deals to guys who have forgotten how to hit. All of this is an aside to the Shazam spotlight. Yeah, the Braves, if I look in the box score, ET, they had 1 hit yesterday. So 1 hit, 26 at-bats.
Dang.
Their offense is so bad that with a minimum of 27 official at-bats, they can't even get 27 official at-bats in the game. Now, I know that the way you get only 26 at-bats is it's unofficial at-bat is for walks, right? Maybe even an error. I don't know if an error was made, but he faced there's no errors made. He faced the San Diego Padres last night, 27 up, 27 down. That's how pitiful the Braves offense is. So pitiful. Shazam, they had 26 at-bats in a 27 at-bat game. So what happened 1 inning is they had 1 hit, must have had a double play, erase that, and then they must have had 1 walk. Yeah, we got one walk here. Marcell Ozuna walked, and Orlando Arcia had a hit. So Ozuna's, one of his at-bats wasn't an official at-bat. I go on the box score as an AB. So, yeah, the Braves somehow managed to play a baseball game and leave with 26 official at-bats. That's how bad the start has been for Atlanta.
Shazam!
Yeah. Could that lightning bolt just strike them? They went 1-0, 5-0 on national TV the last two games. They decided to sport 26 official at-bats on Sunday Night Baseball last night. By the way, this was after a Saturday night on Fox where they went 5 for 29, 2 over the minimum. Good Lord, man. And guess what? Guess where they go now, E.T.? Guess where the Braves go now?
Where they heading?
They got the Dodgers next, E. They'll start a 3-gamer with the Dodgers today. Now, just to top off the Shazam with more statistical verification, or in this case, bad news, as if this Braves season and these pitiful bats weren't going bad enough. Braves hitters have a career batting average of 177 against Tyler Glasnow. He pitches tonight. And a career average in the lineup of 149 against Blake Snell, who they will face on Wednesday. Good luck to you, boys. Feel free to, I don't know, win a game this year. Back a little. Yeah, what do you got?
Them boys 5-0, the Dodgers.
Yeah, the Braves are 0-4.
Right.
The Braves are 0-4. First time they've been 0-4. This is a terrible harbinger. It's the best. The first time they've been 0-4, ET. This season's over. Text line, you're right. It's the first time they've been 0-4 since 2021 when they won the World Series.
Ooh.
You're listening to The Drill. Come back with a little Jag news and a football fix next. It's the Monday morning quarterback. Final four is set, and 1 is not the loneliest number. Plenty of company in San Antonio.
And he is saved at the plate.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update, brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Florida basketball, they advanced to the Elite Eight, beating Maryland yesterday, 87-71. Up next for Florida, a game against Texas Tech after they went over Arkansas in overtime, 85-83. So that Florida-Texas matchup in the Elite Eight coming up on Saturday in San Francisco. Florida has opened up as a 6.5-point favorite. The over-under at 156.5. Do have 4 more Sweet 16 matchups today. Tennessee a 4.5-point favorite as they match up against Kentucky. Michigan State is a 3.5-point favorite against Ole Miss. Auburn favored by 8.5 against Michigan, and Houston an 8.5-point favorite against Purdue.
For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley. This has been your action update on 1010XL.
Florida heat is no joke. Is your air conditioner ready for it? At Duck Duck Air Conditioning, we've got a crazy offer just for you. We're giving away free AC inspections to our wonderful customers who now call and schedule. One of our expert techs will come look at your AC unit and make recommendations to ensure it's running at peak performance. But you must act today. A deal this good won't last forever. Call 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Air Conditioning. DuckDuckAC.com. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's exclusive 31-day spring event. Experience superior craftsmanship and timeless design with buy one, get one 40% off custom replacement windows and patio doors. Enjoy the ease of 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires March 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Everyone seems to be in a time crunch these days. Well, don't forget you can always count on the cold case at Daly's. Always convenient, always cold. Whether it's the king of beers, Natty Light, Stella, or Cigar City, or Goose Island, or Bud Light Seltzer, dash into Daly's and grab one to go.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Soccer continues to grow on the First Coast, and so does the need for better coverage. Join Cole Pepper, Mauricio Ruiz, and Becky Burley
on the Sporting Jack Soccer Hour, Tuesday nights at 6
on 1010 a.m.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
All right, it's Baloo. Let's get real for a minute. Losing weight isn't exactly easy, especially when your life involves being surrounded by good food at every event imaginable. Believe me, I get it. But thanks to Awaken 180, I'm already down 10 pounds, feeling sharper, more energized, and never hungry. This isn't some juice diet or starving yourself nonsense. I'm eating food that tastes great, even when I'm out on the road. Here's the beauty. Awaken 180 gives you the game plan to handle real-life situations. I've been hitting plenty of events lately, temptation everywhere, and I've managed to stay on track effortlessly. That's huge. 10 pounds down, energy way up, hunger totally controlled. So if you're tired of carrying around extra weight, tired of diets that don't work, it's time to check out Awaken 180. Take it from me, Hacker Dempsey Hayes, basically everyone. It's easy. It works and it's real. Do what we did and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
What NFL stadium has been used the longest by an NFL team?
Filing an insurance claim following a storm shouldn't be an ordeal. Southern Oak Insurance's claim team prepares for catastrophic situations well in advance. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Green Bay's Lambeau Field has been used by the Packers since 1957, a span of over 60 years.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out. You need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house. Because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
Hicken here. Beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and tell them 1010XL sent you.
Zero Res.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back here on the drill. Sharks head coach Jason Gibson will join us in the 9 o'clock hour. Home opener for the Sharks. You said Sunday afternoon, E.T.?
Yeah, it's this Sunday.
I think one of the big keys to the season, really, and the home slate especially, is your health. You being back to health. You know, last year laid up with the Achilles injury, and I don't think that that home field spark was the same without you.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Hopefully we can get it back this Sunday.
I mean, the ring is the thing, and that bling wasn't there with you out. I mean, you had your Hall of Fame ring.
I still got, yes, sir.
Of course you do. Do you have any like new tricks up your sleeve this year for your adoring audience inside the Shark Tank?
Your boy always got something up his sleeve.
Sure
man.
he does. Okay. Well, I'm I'm glad to hear that. Where do you land on the tush push?
Bro, stop it. Stop it.
Just make it stop?
No. Like,
I'm just saying, make a stop, I should say.
That's like saying, where are you on the pick and roll? Where are you on the curveball?
So you're saying somebody who gets, just because they're better at it, you shouldn't disallow it?
Right, you shouldn't disallow it. Are you going to stop Stockton them alone from running the pick and roll?
Well, let me ask you this question. On the defensive side of the ball, the linebacker's not allowed to come up and push the defensive lineman. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So why? So on one side of the ball, we're going to let them push you from behind, but on the other side of the ball, we're not going to let them push you from behind?
Well, I mean,
that part doesn't make any sense.
You're right.
If you're in the league and you're arguing to take this play away, the bigger part of me agrees with you, ET.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the bigger part of me falls. I mean, it seems awful silly if there's no reason to do it just because you can't stop it. That would be like all of a sudden some team signed a 7-foot receiver and he'd go stand in the end zone. He was athletic enough that if you just threw the ball up to him, no one could stop him.
Right.
And then the league's saying, sorry, I'm going to put a height restriction on receivers. It feels like there's a little bit of that. What I don't understand is how we got this far on this play. Like in college football, they ran this play and then they outlawed it, remember? Or at least it wasn't allowed because the whole the Bush push. That's where this play first came into our consciousness, was when Reggie Bush pushed Matt Leinart into the end zone for USC at Notre Dame. And I believe at the time it may have been illegal, and then they didn't call it. I think at some point this play has not been legal.
But how is it any different from pushing a pile?
It is pushing the pile. I'm wondering. Does it not annoy anyone? Am I the only one that's annoyed by a runner gets 4 yards past the line of scrimmage, ball on intents and purposes, the play is over, and then it's just a massive humanities. Our rugby match breaks out, and we move the scrum downfield? Is that football? I mean, is football, will it ultimately become a play that you have a guy run a button hook, okay, stop, turn around, and have all 5 offensive linemen just run straight towards him and just bulldozer him up the field, carry him up the field? So I don't know. I do feel like it's sour grapes from the teams that can't stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's the only thing that we did at an elite level all year long.
Jazz could stop it.
Yeah, we stopped it. I don't know how. I don't know why, but like 4 for 5 or 3 for 4. It was, at least as I remember it, somewhat impressive what the Jags did that day. But I bring this up. Fire the band. We got a football fix. It's brought to you by the Sharks. Also by the home course, the Joint Creek Golf Club. Best value in golf. Go to jointcreekgolf.com. Set your tee time today. It looks like, though, the support for the Tush Push has grown with the owners' meetings today and tomorrow down in, I think it's Palm Beach. So I think they're going to ban it. And I think they'll use the excuse/reason that on the defensive side of the ball, you're not allowed to, push your teammate. Why are we allowing it on the offensive side? So it feels like Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts will still be 2 of the best quarterback sneakers in the league because they're so strong, and especially in the lower body. But it feels now like the momentum has turned, though, on this play. It feels as if the momentum now says that it's going to be voted out. The Jets have said it. Yeah, we believe in Justin Fields. He's been tabbed as QB1 there. So this will be the last shot, right? This will be the last shot for Justin Fields and showing the NFL just what he has left in the tank. Steelers, meanwhile, you just wonder. You just sit and wonder. Rodgers still out there. We're going to get to a point where neither is going to have any other option, is what it feels like. And how and to what financial terms they agree to, we'll see. Steelers desperately need to find a quarterback in the draft, the right one, whether that means a bit of a reach for Jackson Dart this year. I don't know. They kind of tried that with Kenny Pickett, didn't they? It didn't work well. Pickett's on to his 3rd team. Why is Brandon Ayuk always on the trade market?
It does feel like that.
Every time I look at a story, didn't they sign Brandon Ayuk?
Yeah, he just got some big money.
What are we doing? And then Devo's gone. What are the Niners doing? I saw Christian McCaffrey linked to the Cowboys this weekend. What? I saw a fun column on Pro Football Focus now that all the draft prospects have made their way through the combine. We've got measurables. We've got game film. They've broken down the draft by how good it is at each of the position groups. And so, obviously we have some needs greater than others, and I think it'll influence what happens on draft day, and it might give us an indication kind of what levels and layers to look at certain prospects and what levels and layers will there be prospects you need available later. At least according to one, guidepost there. That's a good place to break. It's Football Fix. You're welcome. Hicken arrival, March Madness talk. Gators bouncing on to San Antonio with maybe the most unlikely and most memorable and perhaps best and will hold its place there, comeback in Florida basketball history among the Gator sports lexicon, I'd say. Anywho, that and more. It's the Monday morning quarterback. We got Fred Taylor today, so we'll talk some ball with Freddie T. And much more ahead as we get your work week started on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Jeff Prosser.
I'm angry.
Mike Dempsey.
I'm spitting angry.
And Rick Ballou.
I'm like a tornado of anger, swirling about.
Yeah, we got angry covered.
My heart rate is dangerously high right now.
1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
It's a new year with new goals, but let's face it, not all resolutions are easy to keep. Maybe you promised yourself you'd eat healthier, but pizza still seems like a better idea. Or you said you'd read more, but your favorite show just launched a new season. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, we can help you keep your New Year's resolution. We offer the biggest selection, best prices, and the easiest car buying experience. Let's make a resolution to visit Beaver Toyota or Beaver Chevrolet, where we'll wow you with a new ride for the new year.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Get to know positions and players. The 1010XL Ultimate Draft Guide is brought to you by Blue Haven Pools, the #1 pool builder in Jacksonville. Follow rankings and roundtables as the draft takes shape. Go to 1010XL.com/2025 draft guide to get yours.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
This is head coach Matthew Driscoll from the UNF men's basketball team. When our players suffer an orthopedic injury, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists gets our players back on the court pain-free.
We appreciate the endorsements from our high school and college coaches. This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. The next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, man, what's that noise?
Do you hear it too? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's your air conditioner. It's like a grinding or a rattling.
And it's getting on your nerves, right? Like it's eating at your brain and you can't think straight? But it just keeps grinding and squeaking and taunting and nagging. You're not good enough. You're a failure. Why can't you be more like your sister, the lawyer?
Yeah, I don't hear that last part so much.
Yeah, but it's not cool, right, Jason?
It could definitely be cooler. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can totally repair whatever that noise is and get your AC working smoothly and silently. We fix these things all the time.
So I won't be a failure?
Life should be enjoyed. If some irritating, broken air conditioner is making you crazy, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Spring is in the air. Time to wake up your lawn with Heroes Lawn Care. Say goodbye to pesky mosquitoes with their organic and spray treatments. Perfect for outdoor fun. Keep your lawn clean and fresh with their pet waste removal for homes and businesses. Heroes Lawn Care takes care of it all. From mowing, edging, fertilizer, to irrigation, and much more. Visit heroeslawncare.com.
Are you thinking about a pool for your home? Blue Haven Pools is Jacksonville's largest pool builder. They've built pools for over 20,000 satisfied families since 2000. It's never been easier to design the perfect pool for your home, family, and budget. Call Blue Haven Pools today at 904-620-0090 to get a free in-home estimate for your in-ground pool, or visit bluehaven.com. Don't let another summer pass by without a pool. Join thousands of happy Jacksonville pool owners in a Blue Haven pool.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. Florida men's basketball advanced to the Final Four over the weekend. The achievement came in head coach Todd Golden's third year leading the program.
Obviously, getting to this milestone, we get into the Final Four, proves that what we're doing works, and I'm excited to continue doing it.
Next up is Auburn for the first ever SEC matchup in the Final Four. Hear the game live Saturday starting at 5:30 on 1010 XL AM and FM. Not everyone was impressed with the Gators' victory over Texas Tech. CBS analyst Charles Barkley during the postgame show said the best team didn't win. The Gators will next face Auburn on Saturday, of which Barkley is an alum. FSU baseball played a doubleheader on the road against Notre Dame Sunday and earned a victory in both games. The Seminoles return home for the first time in 2 weeks with a matchup against Jacksonville tomorrow. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently at 7:01 and it's 66 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah and Farrah, injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Defensive game here tonight. You hold an Alabama team at this point to 58 points. You've done something special. Cleveland team, are you kidding me? What are we doing?
Green, defense Williams. Clayton to try to tie. Inside Clayton.
Much better.
Well, they stopped Clayton in the paint on the cut.
And he just dribbles it out.
He dribbles it out, and they were late getting to him.
You know it! Yes, sir! Put that nylon net around my neck. I'm going to the Final Four, baby! Woo! Happy Monday. Happy Monday indeed. It's good to be here. It's good to be excited. It's good to have sports. It's good to be alive in 2025. The Gators are advancing and dancing to San Antonio.
I mean, raise your right hand if that
37 minutes, I was killing them. I got a good story.
You knew they were done.
I got a good story.
You knew they were done this time.
So
they were done.
So
what just happened? What did I watch Saturday? What was that? They were done.
I was stressed with this challenge. on Saturday. My son is in his second year of JUCO baseball. And he had a road game. Okay?
Saturday?
Saturday. He's playing down in the middle of nowhere, which is JUCO baseball. I love it. I love the bushes. I love bus rides.
You're a grinder.
JUCO baseball.
Grinded your way to mogul status.
So it's in Lake Sumter, and I'm not going to be there next weekend. I'm missing this week's game, so I'm like, all right. And my wife was going someplace else, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. I said, Brooksy, though, I got to be able to watch the Gator game. He goes, you can. I'll put it on your phone. I said, do it.
Okay, it's a March Madness app. Yeah.
Gets the March Madness, bang, 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 sets me up. He goes, just hit this button, you're gold. I'm like, all right, I'm gold, baby. I'm watching the Gators.
I'm disappointed, by the way, your pad era lasted like a month.
What do you mean?
You went at one point, you bought yourself like a mini pad or an iPad or something.
That was years ago.
That would be perfect.
I don't even know
for
where
this.
that is.
You could have watched it on there. He wanted to get a pad at one point.
I did.
I need a pad, and he got it. He brought
That was
it
a
in
bad
for
purchase.
like 2 weeks.
Bad
and
purchase.
then he never used it again.
Yeah, that was a really bad purchase. I don't need it. I don't use it.
Anyway, all right. So it would have been good for that.
So I go down there. The game's at 1. Second game is taken.
And the Gators don't play till 6.
6, so I'm good. But it's a double header.
Yeah,
First game's only 7 innings.
We're going to Applebee's. That's what we're doing. Let's just go to Applebee's and watch that sucker after the game.
So I'm like, all right. So you get, you
get kudos, you get bonus points. But I will say this: this isn't like the like you have the responsibility of it, and you've got an 8-year-old, and you have to go, and you're there. This is just because he wants to go and watch.
Yeah, I want to go watch.
This isn't a chore.
Right.
But it is a conflict.
Plus, I know, listen.
I hear you.
As you know, if you've invested, my son may be done playing baseball, so I only got X amount of chances left to see him play. And we have grown up together watching him play.
So, but you're in a conundrum.
But I'm there.
And his phone, by the way, Dan doesn't have one of these big, huge, it's a relatively, relatively small phone.
Yeah,
regular smartphone.
I pop it on, 6 o'clock, we're still playing ball. So
are we almost done with your game?
We're almost done, but the first 3, and I knew we were
Did y'all ride together? Or are you flying solo?
He rides in the bus.
Are you at just BWR with you?
No, she went someplace
So
else.
it's just you?
Just me, just Big Daddy. I pop it on. I go down the right field.
Big Daddy is what you said?
Big Daddy. All right. I go down to the right field line. There's 4 of us Manta Ray fans.
Okay.
Shout out.
Bananas on the road.
We're on the road.
Manta Ray's on the road.
And, every now and then I'll throw a come on, kid, but I'm watching my game. And the first half is going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we get to, I see.
And you're seeing it, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Got audio, everything.
Okay.
I'm
No
watching the
shade.
game.
Sometimes you're outside. you get a glare.
No, nothing.
You're good.
Perfect.
Nice.
He comes up in the bottom of the 8th.
Your son does.
Yeah, we're losing.
The boy king, I remember.
I work my way over to the behind the plate.
We're losing the basketball
The
game.
baseball game.
Oh, the baseball game.
Grinds out to shortstop.
Okay.
I've seen enough.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
All right. I've watched 2 games till the 8th inning. So I walk back to the car, get in my boy Blue, fire it up, set my phone. Now, it's not, again, folks, excuse me, it's not the best way to do it, but I'm on the back roads. There's nobody out there.
You don't have to apologize.
Sun setting. I got my game on. Well, I'm watching.
Any part of you consider popping into like a little Applebee's?
Well, this is what happens. So it gets to halftime. It's about halftime when I left, by the way, because it took games it's 7 o'clock when I left.
Florida, very importantly, got that halftime lead because they haven't lost the game all year where they lead at half.
So I'm okay with that. I thought about that when they shot that long 3. I'm in good shape. I get in the car. I'm cruising along. We start. Everybody on the halftime shows, Gators got it. They ain't even playing that good. They're fine. They're going to do what they did to Maryland. I'm like, man, you guys are mushing us. Cut it out. Blah, 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 blah. I'm listening. Okay, no problem. I get the second half starts. Sure enough, we can't hit a shot.
That's putting.
We hit 2 free throws.
Yeah, it was bad.
We got to 42, and then we
had a lot. All of a sudden, 5-minute no field.
All of a sudden, Texas Tech is pulling away. It's 67-57,
and they're keeping it there. 3 times they led by 10.
This is not healthy.
Yeah,
I turn it off. I need to turn it off for just a second. I got to get my wits about me.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm not. I can't look at this.
I did a walk out of the rumor myself.
Okay. So 67-57, I'm out. I come back, still down 7. I go, we got about 8 minutes to go here. Now, you can't. The one thing you got to really look at is the clock. So it goes back and forth
because of the size of the phone, guys.
Well, now we get down. Yeah, now we get down to about 5 minutes left.
Still down 7.
We're still down 9.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, it was bad.
All right, I gotta stop this. Whoosh! Pull into a gas station in middle of nowhere, Florida.
Okay.
I think it was somewhere around Bunnell.
Sure,
but I'm not sure.
Okay, you're getting closer to home, but you're still a ways out.
Shout out to Barberville too. I went through Barberville,
Nice.
unincorporated,
named after Terrence.
Yeah. So now I'm sitting in a parking lot somewhere near Bunnell, Florida, watching the Gator game and I'm yelling and fist pumping.
Sure.
And I'm looking
like a maniac.
Like a maniac.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm looking around.
Yeah.
And that's how I watched the comeback.
It was an unbelievable comeback.
Which was, again, it was one for the ages. I don't know how to take this team. We're not playing.
We still haven't played a good game.
The good news is we're in the Final Four.
Yeah, we haven't played a great game.
We're not playing as well as we did in the SEC tournament.
But we're winning games.
Alex Condon is MIA, but Tommy Houck has taken over.
Condon's injured.
He's got to be.
He's injured. That's
He's got to be.
But he's.
But it's very.
I will say this: MIA gets you 7 rebounds, and you could have worse MIA. But he's not that guy that we've seen at times this year.
What's very distressing.
But you said it. Houck is playing as good as Condon ever did.
What's very distressing is 6'6" backing down our big men.
Yeah, they did.
What
that
are we
in the second half.
doing?
Yeah.
And let's double the guy.
I thought it was a little too soon. Like your first impressions of that nice Florida win. I thought Barkley killed our joy immediately. All he did was give all the credit to Texas Tech and how they whooped Florida and pushed them around. Oh, big bad Florida guy. Yeah. They were little boys. He really was harsh on them.
It's funny because
but then when I rewatched the game, because I thought I said, well, hold on now, we out rebounded about 10. It's not like we got pushed around.
By the way,
but that second half, you're right. They did it 4 or 5 times. Just backed them in like they're playing 1-on-1.
From a drill family standpoint, I'm sitting in the parking lot and I'm watching the game. And somebody calls me, and it messes up my feed.
Oh, no.
I'm trying to dismiss him. Dismiss him. It was him. It was he. What are you calling me for? I'm watching a game in Bunnell.
He probably thinks you're watching on TV like a normal person.
Yeah.
That's why I dismissed you.
Yeah, the game was over.
Then Brooksy tells me he was yapping, going back and forth with E later.
Yeah.
On his ride back.
Nice.
So it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, so that.
What a comeback, though. I mean, listen.
Look, there's great. Again,
I left them for dead. They weren't winning
They
that
were
game.
dead.
Yeah,
they were dead. And the threes that they hit were huge. Now, Texas Tech gave us a huge assist, 2 1-and-1s that they missed, an 84% free throw shooter at the free throw line.
Is Todd Golden getting the credit he should get here for fouling with 2.5 minutes to go when they're still in a 1-and-1, when you still have a chance to corral a rebound before they get to 2 shots? He did it twice. It was a coaching move.
Yeah.
That wasn't an accident. Now, I'm not necessarily sure they fouled the right guy.
I was kind of mad at Todd Golden because he wouldn't double, though, and I wanted to make some adjustments.
At the very end, he did, like the last couple of dump downs.
And they stopped him. They got 3 around him.
And the guy walked one time.
Now, what the trade-off is, they had 2 wide open looks and threes that they missed.
Yeah, they missed them.
We got a big break. We got a big assist.
But
Texas Tech is kicking themselves. What's your lady friend saying?
Yeah, well, I'm going to get to that in a second. Right. Friendships have been ruined.
Good.
But in the nicest way, but ruined nonetheless, and this will be right up your alley. So I'll get to that in a second. But Florida's down 6, 2.5 minutes to go. Most coaches ride out the shot clock, try and get a stop.
Yeah.
No, man, we can't have another 4 possession. We need 7.
Right.
And so to foul and then watch them do it now. And then the second time, they didn't foul right away, but they did have a targeted foul shooter. Right. When it went to top and they fouled him.
Right.
And so, and they missed the front end both times.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I'm going to say this because I heard there was some insinuation that the game wasn't called correctly. All right, and part of it they point to is the free throw disparity.
Yeah.
Well, the reason there's a free throw disparity is this.
Yeah.
You missed front end of 1-and-1, so you lost 2 or 3 attempts.
Yeah.
And Florida, you had to foul late. You sent them to the line 8 times in obvious situations.
But
the free throws were pretty even.
I get it if you're on the back end. Like, I was annoyed yesterday when I looked up and Houston had 9 fouls in the second half and Tennessee had 3. I was like, or 10-3 at one point. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
The actual number of fouls weren't that disparate in the Florida-Texas Tech. It was the number of foul shots. And again, part of the reason is because Florida made all theirs. Yes. They got to shoot the second half.
Florida's free throws won them the game also, 20 of 22, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, what's stunning is Texas Tech
was so big, very quiet, ballsy shots, dude.
Yes. Now, what's stunning is that Texas Tech had 23 second half points to our 5. That's just Can't happen. We're bigger than them. Federico was killing us.
Fetty.
I mean, Fetty is
Fetty squared.
I was very annoyed that Federico was going to knock the Gators out of the tournament.
All right, now on to the friendship ruiner.
Yeah.
We have to go on a couple's vacation with these two in 2 months.
Wow.
We're going to be in Puerto Rico.
So there's going to be some ill will. Ill will.
I sent this at 8:12. Texas Tech had just extended the lead to 9 again with 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go. I sent.
Oh, you gave him the congrats?
I said, what a choke. Now, his wife is the one, I'll tell you, he'll send me these clandestine videos. As soon as the Texas Tech basketball game ends, she gets on her phone and starts going through the stats. And we'll just kind of read them off and stuff. He'll video her and send it to me. But anyway, so I texted at 8:12, what a choke. Congrats to Stat Girl. I conceded the game down 9 with 2.5 to go.
Oh, yeah.
But he immediately answers, nope, don't be doing that. And then she's peeved at you now for jinxing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did. That's
so
good work.
And then, but I got bailed out. So this goes on until the next morning. There's genuine anger in me for conceding. Verbal's binding. You can't agree and then,
Yeah.
And I had spent all week telling him, listen, what you got to worry about with us is every game, we got an 18-4 or 16-2 in us.
Yeah.
And it never came until the very end. And then when it did, it put them away. But then I got this the next morning, and this bailed me out, and the vacation is back on.
Okay.
So I ended the friendship for 12 hours.
All right.
But their son is also a Texas Tech grad. So he texts me the next morning. He goes, their son, whose name is Dallas. Oh, those Texans, they think different.
Yeah.
Dallas actually jinxed the team. He asked us if he should buy us tickets when he got his for the Final Four in San Antonio.
Very nice.
So there you go.
Oh, that would have been good for Texas Tech.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be kicking themselves. We have to acknowledge that we got an assist from Texas Tech, but we made the shots. Houck made the shots. Clayton is unbelievable. He's hit every big shot seemingly of his entire
Never seen
Gator
a star
career.
rise as fast as far as
And those shots were
the
not
reputation.
easy. The one on the left wing wasn't easy, and then the one where he dribbled back, turned around, let it rip, falling backwards, and made the shot was incredible.
Stupid.
It was incredible.
I told E now, the bottom line is, look, it's changed a little bit. Your marquee players, the faces of your program, your best all time, don't necessarily come in, recruit, sign, play 4 years, and leave.
Yes.
And if Walter Clayton wins the national title this year, I think we can call him the best basketball player in Gator history.
It would be hard to not.
Yeah.
Our Dream Finders Danny here. Our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day. Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Florida Gators, the Jags, and the PGA Tour. If I guaranteed to you one of these things would happen against Auburn for Florida or Auburn, which one would you pick? You get one of these things to happen in the game Saturday.
We finally get the break, by the way. I'd rather face Auburn than Duke or Houston.
God, yeah. Which, again, we may lose, but I
hear
would
you.
too. I would. And by the way, speaking of mushing, man, the afternoon guys, they got to settle down with their Gator. What? No problem. They're all a problem.
Yeah.
Every game's a problem. I was cussing them. I was cussing everybody in the car.
You could
everybody.
Well, you couldn't cuss me. It's the one that I tried to tell you the whole time. This game is the one that scares me the most. It's the toughest matchup. It's going to go right down to the wire.
Dream Finders Homes offering an amazing 4.99% interest rate. 15 different locations around the area.
Okay.
15?
That's what I said. And move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information. Get in the game, especially you first-time homeowners. Tell them Dream Finders Danny sent you. Here are the 4 things. You get to pick one. Will definitely happen, okay? Janai Broome under 10 points. Gators over 80 points. You want a high-scoring game. Tigers under 70 points. Can Auburn beat us if they score 69 points? Condon double-double. He's back. You get one of these 4 things to happen.
Okay.
Broome under 10, Gators over 80, Tigers under 70, Condon double-double. Almost 400 votes are in.
There's a lot of good answers here, but there's one answer on there that I think...
What is the one that will ensure a victory?
Guarantees a victory.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there's one for sure.
There's one on there that guarantees,
good.
and that's Auburn under 70.
Ah, now what were you going to say?
Where Florida scores like 86 a game, dude.
Yeah.
They hold Auburn under 70, Florida's going to win.
What do you say?
I was going to say Broome under 10.
That's probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? For Auburn to be under 70, Broome probably under 10.
Yeah.
I worry about Broome's ability to play, and I don't think he's the toughest guy in the world. I'm not saying I don't mean that with the disrespect that it might carry, but I'm not a fan of players' mamas coming out of the stands for elbow injuries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of that. Bring the orange slices with you, Mrs. Broome. I mean, what are we? I'm not the mama drama.
Shades of Caleb Williams.
Yeah, the mama drama when we cry because of elbow injuries. I mean, if your boy's getting taken off the court on a stretcher, I'm all for the parents being right there at your side. I don't like the mama drama running down to the sideline and hugging
Let's
it out.
Let's hope Ruben grabs that elbow and bends it backwards in the first half.
He should.
Gators over 80, the leader, 34.7. Tigers under 70, 26.6. Condon double-double, 20.3. Broom under 10, 18.4. We got an hour left if you'd like to vote. Brought to you by our friends at Dreamfinders Homes. Go to dreamfindershomes.com. We're just warming up. 10-minute drill. Lots of more information from the weekend and an update on the bracket challenge. Oh, it's coming down to the wire. That's next.
We live Jacksonville. We love Jacksonville. We are Jacksonville. Where do we begin? 1010XL.
Need a fast casual option that's healthy, fresh, and delicious? Choose the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Gyros, salads, hummus, and more made completely fresh right as you order. Off 210 and St. John's Parkway. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town. Setting the standard in our hometown. Quality service, the best around. Coolidge is the cat that cares about your heating and about your air. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hicken here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
If Fishing is in your DNA. Whoa. Hop in the boat with Captain Kevin. It's the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Royal Pest Services.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Tired of drafty, noisy vinyl windows? It's time to say goodbye to vinyl. And hello to lasting comfort with Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. Our exclusive Fibrex windows are 2 times stronger than vinyl, more energy efficient, and custom built to fit your home perfectly. No more warping, no more cracking, just beautiful, durable windows that stand the test of time. Right now, get special financing or save big with limited time discounts. Call Renewal by Andersen today and say bye-bye vinyl. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Don't wait. Upgrade today. License number CGC 1527613.
All right, it's Baloo. Let's get real for a minute. Losing weight isn't exactly easy, especially when your life involves being surrounded by good food at every event imaginable. Believe me, I get it. But thanks to Awaken 180, I'm already down 10 pounds, feeling sharper, more energized, and never hungry. This isn't some juice diet or starving yourself nonsense. I'm eating food that tastes great, even when I'm out on the road. Here's the beauty. Awaken 180 gives you the game plan to handle real-life situations. I've been hitting plenty of events lately, temptation everywhere, and I've managed to stay on track effortlessly. That's huge. 10 pounds down, energy way up, hunger totally controlled. So if you're tired of carrying around extra weight, tired of diets that don't work, it's time to check out Awaken 180. Take it from me, Hacker, Dempsey, Hayes, basically everyone. It's easy. It works and it's real. Do what we did and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys Locksmith Service.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox deal on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. All right, we got sports concepts and rationalizations. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack that he always tells me is razzle-de-dazzle. What do we got this week?
Oh, I got something special in honor of opening day for the Jumbo Shrimp.
That's tomorrow night?
That's tomorrow night. I got a family 4-pack of tickets to the Jumbo Shrimp home opener April 1st through the 6th. And they're playing Worcester?
Worcester,
yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah.
That's who they're playing.
Looks like Worcester, but it's Worcester, Mass. If that's who it is. If they're from Massachusetts, it's Worcester.
I think it's Worcester.
Yeah. All right, here it is for the wheel spin. Jeff Prosser has been eliminated from he will not spin the wheel. He is clear of the field. E and I.
He is safe! Safe at the plate!
Yes, he is safe.
Thank you.
He has 8. The only thing that's unfortunate about this is we all have 3 of the 4 Final Four teams. Now, a lot of you do.
I won it with the 7 of the 8, and they each had 6 of the 8. That's the 2-point difference.
That's the 2-point
I went
difference.
from 1 point down when we left here on Friday to 1 point up because of basically Texas Tech and Bama making it to the 8.
83, 81, and 81 are the points. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it comes down to this. E has Duke. Probably his advantage right now, beating Purdue. That game doesn't matter, obviously, because he has Duke in the finals and he has Florida in the finals.
We all have Duke in the Florida.
I have Duke in Florida as well. I have Florida winning. He has Duke winning, so I need my Gators.
I'm up 2 on Dan and ET. Dan can't catch me because we have the exact same path left. We both have Duke and Florida winning, and so there's no points to be made up. E and Dan are tied. Mm-hmm. E can go ahead of me, which I could give a rat's rip about. I just didn't want to be last. E could still finish first. E's going to be first or last. He ain't going to be second. I don't know. He ain't going to be second. First or last.
Yes.
Ricky Bobby. He's in a Ricky Bobby position.
If you're not first, then you're last.
Yeah, it's either first or last.
Yeah, so that's how it Now, I have a bad feeling about this because in sports, it's the all even out thing, right? Things tend to even out.
Okay.
And I'm in this even out world right now because I've noticed that I am freaking en fuego with the golf picks.
Man, I was thinking
And I went back and looked, Jeff, just for fun.
Okay.
And this is sad news.
You finally picked it in the fantasy league, so I was proud of you.
Yeah. This is.
I'm gonna drop. I wonder if you looked at the same thing that yesterday I finally thought about.
If I simply had bet $100
on each of your golfers
on the last 3 and thrown away, let's say,
do both golfers though. The 2 that you picked for brunch for the tour.
Yes,
I thought the same thing yesterday. So did you tally it up?
Yes.
What would it be?
$11,200.
$600 would have won $11,200.
Yes.
And those are the only 3 winners, or did you have one early in the year too?
I've had Henley
all year though,
who was plus 6,500 to win the API.
Okay. So you would have won $650.
I had Rory, who was only.
I think you're over. You're
$650.
Yeah, that's $650, not $6,500. If you're plus six, oh wait,
no, he was plus 6,500.
Oh, plus 6,500.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought okay, yeah.
And then Rory was plus 700, and then
700. That's 7 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Minwoo was plus 4,000.
Yeah. So he's
40
65.
4.
Yeah. If you put $100 on
$100.
I was thinking that yesterday. I'm thinking, man, this guy should be putting $100 on each of his golfers for the rest of the year. I would suggest doing that.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like gambling, man. It feels like investing.
Yeah.
That's what all us gamblers say. I say us. I don't gamble. And that's it. Those are the only 3 winners. It feels like you've had more.
I've had earlier, but
I'm saying if you did it all year. I'm just saying if you go all year long.
I think I only have one other one.
But still, you're so far. Think about how far ahead you. The other one, by the way, would have got you another couple of grand.
Yeah, maybe.
So you'd have like 15 grand to the positive. If you're betting 200 a week times how many weeks do we play? Probably 30.
Yeah.
So it'd be what?
6,000.
Yeah, 6,000. Your house money the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But you could also do it every week, not hit a winner all year.
And lose 6,000.
But I've had one. I don't know what my one would have paid. I don't remember who it was, but I did have one.
Yeah. So we're screwing up.
Yeah.
We're screwing up. But anyway, so and so then I started to get this as I'm watching Minwoo. I'm like, oh boy, this isn't going to bode well for the other thing. We're in the even out. All right, we got to find out what in the blazes is going on with these torpedo bats.
That's crazy.
That the Yankees are doing.
Well,
They're
somebody
cheating.
asked me, what do I think of the torpedo bats? You know what my first answer was? Immediately, I
Get
think
some to Atlanta?
the Braves need to order some. That's what I think.
That's what Manny Machado said last night.
Yeah.
Send them to San Diego. I don't know anything about them. But they look weird, but they follow the specifications of the rule. But baseball's going to have to jump in here real quick.
Got to say something.
I texted Murph. Let me see. Did he answer me? No, he didn't answer me yet.
It's just odd that out of nowhere something like this comes up.
Yeah.
No one is like, check this.
I don't know. It's like out of the blue. Like, did they not use them during spring training? I don't know if they did or didn't. I don't know the history of the torpedo bat, except they got some analytics dude from Harvard,
MIT,
and they said, hey, change the bat specifications, more bats. How do you get a better bat? And they said, well, the wood, you hit this spot is the sweet spot more, put more wood there.
Down toward the brand.
So it looks kind of like,
But before
the handle.
It's closer to the handle.
Yeah, so it looks
the
like
sweet spot is now closer to the handle. It
looks like a bowling pin.
Or a wiffle ball bat or something. It looks strange.
But I don't like it. And it's working for them. They battered the Brewers. Oh, the Kingers beside
The boys had, 32 runs over the weekend?
Oh, they hit home run.
insane.
I mean, I think Aaron Judge has 10 home runs already.
No,
it's unbelievable.
He does have 4, I think.
Yeah. It's amazing. So anyway, that went on this weekend as well, and that's probably the big story in baseball: is the torpedo bats and what to do. Neither of our teams started particularly well. The good news is
Speak for yourself, my boy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, guess who you play tonight?
Yeah, y'all going to pick up some more wins.
Yeah, I don't know about that. If you do, then I'm not going to be feeling good. So.
What year in Bruce Pearl's return to basketball? So he goes back to Auburn, right? Tennessee kind of gets run out. I was hearing, by the way, what Kelvin Sampson and Bruce Pearl got run out of college basketball for, and in today's day and age, it's laughable. One was like for having to recruit at a barbecue, and the other was for like phone calls or something. I mean,
I thought this about Bruce Pearl.
How many? What I'm going to ask you first though is what year was he in at Auburn when he made the NCAA tournament for the first time?
What year was it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He went to Auburn. How many years later did he make the tournament? His first year, his second year? That's what I'm
I
asking.
thought he did it fairly quickly.
Right?
Yeah.
He didn't. He went to Auburn in 2014.
Okay.
He's
been there that long.
Went 15-20, 4-14 in the league. Then he went 11-20, 5-13 in the league.
Wow.
Then he had an 18-14 year, and then finally the next year in 17-18, 26-8, went to the tournament the next year, 30-10. I think that was the Final Four year. Had a 25-6 where they didn't go to the tournament. I don't know if there was I don't know what's going on there.
What year? COVID?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 1920. Yeah, COVID would have kept them, but they were on their way that year. They were sixth in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of COVID, went 13 and 14, but now these last, he's on a run again, 28 wins, 21, 27, and now 32. But my point I was going to make before he got there, Auburn was, I think they were like in the RPI, they were the season before he got there, they were the second lowest of all the Power 5 basketball schools.
Wow.
The second worst Power 5 basketball program in the country when Bruce Pearl went to Auburn.
He went to a Final Four with them, though, right?
Yeah,
They lost to Virginia,
He's
right?
taken them to a Final Four since then. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
But right out of the gates, he, didn't. It's not. I'm like you. I thought year 2 they were like in the Sweet 16 because he has won. He did a good job at Tennessee.
One of his first hires at Auburn, Todd Golden.
I know. Yeah. Todd Golden's best friend is Stephen Pearl, Bruce Pearl's son, and Bruce Pearl considers Todd Golden like a son himself. There's a lot of love there.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate that those two got to square off, but that's the way it goes in the crazy world of basketball. But yeah, I was thinking about this with Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl went from being like, how many athletes or coaches go from being so despised to likable in their second act?
Yeah, I think.
Hey, Bruce Pearl's a likable guy. Like Ox was telling me the other day.
Boorish before. Maybe.
I was talking about Ox went after Bruce Pearl in the airport one time, and he said ever since he told me bleep off, I like him. So I mean,
I never. I thought he was kind of a caricature sometime, but I never got on that hate. But I feel you. He definitely was
not liked.
No, he was more unliked.
He was
He's
dirty.
aged out of it.
He was not liked.
I think you stop. The reason is there's no more dirty implication. Like we used to hold that against certain coaches. They're running a dirt. Now we just realize they're all dirty. They're all paying. So you can't get mad at guys now who win, like the Jerry Tarkanians of the world, or the Bruce Pearls, or guys that you always have these suspicions about or around. You can't get mad at them anymore. So that probably helps your overall. Can you name for me, buddy?
Boys rolled Toomer's corner last night. I'll tell you that.
Oh, good. Can you name for me? Cliff Ellis was at Clemson. I mean, at Auburn for a long time, 94 to 04, at 11-year run.
Okay.
And then they had two coaches between Cliff Ellis and Bruce Pearl.
Okay.
Can you tell me those two coaches? One was there 6 years, and the other was there 4 years. I think I say this will tell you the state of Auburn basketball. I got 10 years and two coaches here. I need you just to tell me either one of them. By the way, I wouldn't have gotten it. I wouldn't have thought of it.
Well, wasn't Sonny there?
Sonny who? Smith?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's way back, buddy.
Sonny's before Cliff Ellis?
Sonny left in 89. Cliff Ellis did most of his work at Clemson.
Okay.
No, but Sonny Smith, we had there was one more coach for 5 years. I don't even remember. And then it was Sonny Smith for 10, 11, 12. It was Sonny Smith for 11. Then, there was a guy for 5. Then Cliff Ellis came for 10. Bruce Pearl's been there 11, but between Ellis and Pearl, there were two dudes, one for 6 years and one for 4.
No.
Yeah. Jeff Lebo.
Okay.
He went 96 and 93, 35 and 61 in the league.
Okay.
And then Tony Barbee. 4 years, dude.
Barbee.
4 years for Tony Barbee. He went 49 and 75.
Is he a Virginia assistant?
Yeah, I played there. I did. There's definitely a tie.
Okay.
Only won 18 conference games in 4 years.
Tony's got to go.
And now in 11 years, Bruce Pearl's won 115 in league. So, I mean.
Only one I know is Sonny Smith.
Sonny Smith. I used to go to Sonny Smith basketball camp back in the day.
Yes.
Oh, those were the days.
Yes. All right. 641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. Tell them what they're going to win.
You come kind, you come courteous, and you come correct. You're going to get a family 4-pack of tickets to the Jumbo Shrimp home opener.
Heck yeah.
That's going on from April 1st to April 6th against Worcester. That's right? Did I say it right there?
Yes, sir.
Worcester. Hit me up right now, 904-641-1010.
Go full throttle for a photo finish.
Look at this. Whoa!
Sunday at Darlington.
Checkered flag is out.
Powered by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 and 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 100 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam.
Beard's Diamonds is where Jacksonville shops for engagement rings and fine diamond jewelry. Beard's Diamonds over in the St. John's Town Center. They stand out, and they stand out big time. You want to know why? Because they're local. That's right. We take care of Jacksonville. Jacksonville takes care of us. We take care of Beard's. Beard's takes care of us. You don't compromise on anything at Beard's Diamonds. The best selection of diamonds in Northeast Florida, hands down, picked by the local owner. Doesn't have to jack up prices to meet a corporate bottom line. They don't have commission salespeople. They have simply trusted advisors, man. Beard's has all the top names in bridal jewelry like Decoria and Viraggio. Guaranteed to give you a better price, a better value, period. Beard's is your locally owned, better alternative. Beholden to the people of Jacksonville, not to the people of Wall Street. Man, don't buy a diamond ring or any piece of jewelry without at least talking to my friends at Beard's. Say hello to John Lupo and his son Ben when you go on over there. Beard's Diamonds, easy to find at the St. John's Town Center.
Jags fans, here's your chance to score a trip to Green Bay for round 1 of draft night. Through the Everbank Draft Night Experience Sweepstakes, one lucky winner and a guest will be there live and in person to see the Jaguars make their first pick. To enter, visit everbank.com/draft by April 4th. That's everbank.com/draft. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 3/3/25 to 4/4/25. For official rules, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/draft. Sponsored and administrator, Everbank N.A.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
It's game time for your business, and Advanced Business Solutions has the winning play. With Xerox copiers, you'll never miss a deadline. Fast, reliable, and built for high performance, Xerox copiers keep your team ahead of the competition. From printing to scanning, Xerox brings the MVPs of efficiency to your office. Ready to make the winning move? Hire the champions at Advanced Business Solutions. Veteran owned.
Printers, copiers, and IT management. Advanced Business Solutions.
I'm Max Fink, and I'll bring you the Gator Report several times weekly to keep you connected to Gainesville.
The Gator Report, put together by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gator! I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop. Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop. A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Friendly competition meets great futures. It's the Birdies and Bounces Tournament presented by the Mackenzie Noel Wilson Foundation Friday, May 9th at the Yards. Where else can a pickleball tournament, 15 holes of golf, food, fun, beverages, raffles, and great activities help a worthy organization like the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida, where 59 clubs serve nearly 6,000 youth daily. For tickets and team registration, email Charlie C. at bgcnf.org.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the program. You know, NFL owners are down in West Palm Beach, Jeffrey, this weekend, and Liam Cohen the owners are there. They took the picture last night.
Okay.
They took the picture?
They took the picture. There was a coach missing.
Okay.
I'd like to see if you guys could quickly go to the picture and see if you can identify which coach was missing.
Let me go look at this
from the picture. The coach's
One
picture.
coach.
One coach didn't make it. It's poor play.
Now, it better be, if you come back with a coach here, it better be like John Harbaugh or Andy Reid or
there's 31 of them right there.
Somebody who has like, at least earned some sort of
yeah. That's right. You got to earn that.
It better not
tenured.
Correct.
Andy Reid. Yeah.
Right.
That's good. That's a good.
I'll give you.
Look at the picture, Jeff.
Where is it at?
Just Google NFL coach's picture at West Palm Beach.
You were on social media on me.
You looking at it, E?
Yeah, I need a bigger picture. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's hard. You got to blow it up.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's also hard to identify some of these cats, man. I got to be honest with you.
I'm gonna take it just a guess. I can't.
Who missed the picture?
It's Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson's a good guess. Old Ben's in there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's in there.
I need
son of a gun.
Let me see your reading glasses real quick.
Liam's in there. So, now I can't see it.
I know. All right, I see. I was gonna say.
Think of a.
It is hard to like. You can't. It's just
Yeah, it's impossible because some of them you can't even identify. Think of a darker textured coach.
It's not Tomlin.
All right.
He's in the back middle.
See Tomlin in there?
Is he in the back middle, or is he missing?
No, Tomlin's there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him in the back middle.
Yeah. They got Raheem Morris. Where's he at?
There you go.
Oh, Raheem ain't there.
Raheem didn't make it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's unacceptable. Where you at, Raheem?
I don't know. Where are the meetings? West Palm Beach?
Yeah, West Palm.
They didn't make it off the golf course, maybe.
You can't be late for the picture.
Yeah.
Now the picture's got 31 instead of 32.
It's the Falcons for you, buddy.
Isn't it amazing, though, how this Andy Reid wears the same shirt every year? Loud, pretty.
Oh, it's the same shirt?
Yeah, well.
He's got some like Hawaiian kind of Tommy Bahama look.
Yeah, every year. By the way, the guy who looks the absolute worst is the Super Bowl champion. He's got shorts on. He's the only one with shorts. A little disheveled up there, you know.
They got Andy Reid in the middle, though.
Yeah.
They're like all the little kids come stand around Grandpa.
Well, they got
stand around Big Daddy.
I think you earn your way to the middle.
Of course.
Because Andy Reid's there.
McVay's there.
Harbaugh's there. Pete Carroll's back. He's there. Sirianni's there.
Yeah.
McDermott's there. Behind him is Tomlin and Campbell.
Somebody
O'Connell. What?
Somebody on the text line said, he was taking the picture. Raheem, go get a shot of us.
Now, Vrabel has to work his way back because he's on the far right. Dan Quinn out there as well. Dayball, he hasn't worked his way in at all. So,
Boy, Dayball is he basically he's Peterson but avoided the axe.
Yeah,
maybe not quite as good, but Dayball and like Peterson took him to a playoff in his first year. Remember?
Yeah. But anyway, the picture came out last night, and so Liam Cohen will speak with the media. Jeff, what would you like to ask Liam Cohen today?
Where is Liam?
Yeah, I got nothing to ask him.
You don't see Liam?
Point. What I ask him?
Liam is top row, fourth from the left.
There you go.
I'm with you. It's a small picture. I'm having a hard time.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm used to? Do you guys do this? I'll do it on the computer. I'll even do it sometimes on a magazine. That's just how ingrained it gets in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
But on your phone, you can put your fingers down and you can like
zoom in,
magnify with your fingers. Do you ever find yourself putting your fingers on like a picture and trying to, even though it doesn't fit
like
the
on
format?
The phone, yeah.
Like I'll literally sometimes I'll like I'm looking at this and I can't read something, Hick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to stop myself from going to expand it. Like I'm some sort of magician.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I've got magical
I'd like to know
skills.
what kind of defense we're going to play. Like, what sort of what kind of format we're going to play? 4-3, a 3-4.
Okay,
I
like that. Come with some strategic questions right out of the gate.
I'd like to know what
It seems like 4-3. No,
huh?
Isn't it 4-3? Is that kind of the assumption?
I assume so, but
that's what the personnel would say. I mean, if it was 3-4, it seems like we would have made some personnel.
If you'll confirm that Jordan Lewis is going to be a outside corner, and
those are fair. I think I can give you those answers.
Yeah,
we haven't decided that. We're excited to have him here. However it works out, we'll have the best. I think they may not know. They may have but this is a fair question. Would they answer it?
Mm-hmm.
As we start, where do you see Jordan Lewis?
Yeah.
When you tried him out here in a week, is he inside or outside? Those are fair questions.
Yeah.
What role will Gabe Davis play in this?
Yeah. Who are your starting receivers, Coach?
You have enough.
And you can't ask them those kind of questions. They're always going to say we're always a work in progress, yada, yada, yada. We believe in who we have. We got it for a reason, yada, yada.
Yep.
So I can give you the coach speak stuff. You know what? At the end of the day, after 30 years of Jaguars football, talk to me on September 20th. Let's get a game or two under our belt and see if all this, enthusiasm was well placed. This season and this group could break either way, and I hope for Tony's sake, our friend Tony, that the light shines on him.
They're going to
that they do well. I don't want Tony now to circle back to this franchise and be a part of the continued malaise.
They're going to work hard on begin the process of going to the 18-game schedule. That's one of the big topics on the board down there, and that's going to happen.
I don't know what the opposition will be at this point. You're already 20's 20. That the fact you have to play one more hard.
Oh yeah,
because you
don't play.
Skip the one exhibition game that you play a half.
Well, we'll be down to 2 preseason games here pretty quick, and then one of those they won't even play, and away we'll go. And
I'd rather play 18 myself. I'd rather play 18. If you're going to play 20, now if you're talking about eliminating the preseason and keeping it at 17, I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're going to pay 20 and get charged for 20, then give me the games that matter.
Yeah.
Hey, back to that picture real quick. You
Yes.
see who Liam's standing next to?
I've left the picture. Who is he next?
Todd Bowles.
I think they made night. You don't think Bowles probably doesn't begrudge a thing?
No, for sure, definitely.
I see how the management could get little stiff about it, but
yes,
I don't think Liam Cohen has left the coaching staff down there on any sort of.
I would think
side.
so.
Dan, I almost had to call Daniel Murphy.
Ghostbusters?
Daniel Murphy this morning.
Okay, early.
Like I don't want to say. I don't know how to better put in perspective how pitiful the Braves offense has been out of the gates, but particularly the last 2 days.
We had a one-hit game too, by the way.
Forget the one hit. Did you do this? Have you ever looked at a Mets box? I go back to little Danny Hicken sitting on the, sitting on the hardwood floors up there in Schenectady or wherever the hell it is you're from. So just opening up that box score, seeing how John Stearns did the night before. Have you ever looked at a box score for your team when they're the visiting team? And seen down at when you know how you go all the way down to the box score and you see what you are as a team. You're 10 for 41 at the plate, official at bats, or you're 5 for 36 or whatever you are. I mean, you 27 minimum, right?
Yeah.
You're the visiting team. Braves had 26 official at bats and a loss last night. That's how you know your offense is even worse than bad, when you don't even get 27 official at bats.
Oh boy.
How does it happen is what you ask yourself, and then you have to figure out, okay, you got one hit, and yet only 26 batters came to the plate. and the answer is there are 2 or 3 types of at-bats that aren't official at-bats. A walk, a hit by pitch, there's a few. And so they had 1 walk and 1 single. Both were eliminated by double plays. The San Diego pitchers pitched the minimum last night, 27 up, 27 down, and the Braves only had 26 official ABs. An offense so bad, you can't even get the official number. And it's disgusting. They go to L.A. where they're going to get swept. And I was pie in the sky dreaming when I said, ooh, tough start. It'll be 2-5. They're not going to be 2-5. They're going to be 0-7, maybe 1-6. And when we get to September, they'll be 82-70 and in a fight for some sort of positioning. So I'm not going to join the bridge, top of the bridge dwelling Braves Nation on the text line this morning. It's ready to proclaim that they, quote, suck and they're only going to win 55 games and they want me to go ahead and bury them with a rant. It's just, I mean, it's 4 games.
Bury
yeah,
him.
I can't,
Come on.
Yeah, no, I can't do
Let's
it.
do it.
But I, like any other Braves fan, am beyond distressed and frustrated. And if I could have done some face punching last night at about 9 p.m., I would have.
Yeah.
And
feel
it's just gross. It's just gross.
Man,
Y'all are
exactly
1 and 2.
yeah.
You haven't hit either. The Braves are 0-4. They've not scored a run since Friday. That's just all you need to know.
Yeah.
With the same guys, without the excuses, you know what? They don't have half the lineup on DL. They're right there.
Yeah.
Y'all feel free to hit one every now and then.
Yeah.
And then when they did have a couple of games where they, it's an offensive explosion of 3 runs or 4 runs, they can't hold leads or they can't, they lost the first 2 games late.
Right.
But they still didn't really hit. They've had a few home runs. That's it. They're terrible.
Well, Liam Cohen is meeting with the media just about as we get started here. So we'll get some of that for you throughout the morning. Let you know what he's talking about, that and a lot more coming up on the drill. We're headed to the 8 o'clock hour.
Next, it's a Monday morning quarterback edition. We are live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Above Gotham looms its greatest hero. We're not a superhero. We're the Superstation.
Who are you? Oh, sorry.
1010XL.
The bat signal is not a beeper.
92.5 FM.
I just like the sound of it.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey, beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority booking by calling our heroes at Zero Res. Man, I love Zero Res. They take care of my house so many times. I use them all the time. Why? Because your house looks better, smells better, feels better when the Zero Res cleaning freaks come along, man. And what a great time to get ready for spring, right? Perfect time. Get that winter residue out of there. Take care of those air ducts. They're like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. You don't believe me? Check out 8,000 customer reviews plus online and check out that Google rating. You know what Zero Res does. This month, get one room Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet cleaner, $53. Take $100 off your air duct cleaning. You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res, 287-5727, or just go online, ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them you want the 1010 special, the XL special, the Hicken special. They'll take care of you. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey man, what's that noise?
Do you hear it too? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's your air conditioner. It's like a grinding or a rattling.
And it's getting on your nerves, right? Like it's eating at your brain and you can't think straight? But it just keeps grinding and squeaking and taunting and nagging. You're not good enough. You're a failure. Why can't you be more like your sister, the lawyer?
Yeah, I don't hear that last part so much.
Yeah, but it's not cool, right, Jason?
It could definitely be cooler. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can totally repair whatever that noise is and get your AC working smoothly and silently. We fix these things all the time.
So I won't be a failure?
Life should be enjoyed. If some irritating, broken air conditioner is making you crazy, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
All right, it's Baloo. Let's get real for a minute. Losing weight isn't exactly easy, especially when your life involves being surrounded by good food at every event imaginable. Believe me, I get it. But thanks to Awaken 180, I'm already down 10 pounds, feeling sharper, more energized, and never hungry. This isn't some juice diet or starving yourself nonsense. I'm eating food that tastes great, even when I'm out on the road. Here's the beauty. Awaken 180 gives you the game plan to handle real-life situations. I've been hitting plenty of events lately, temptation everywhere, and I've managed to stay on track effortlessly. That's huge. 10 pounds down, energy way up, hunger totally controlled. So if you're tired of carrying around extra weight, tired of diets that don't work, it's time to check out Awaken 180. Take it from me, Hacker, Dempsey, Hayes, basically everyone. It's easy. It works and it's real. Do what we did and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Share a cup of coffee and range balls with Dan, Jeff, and PGA pros. Tour news, tips, and inside info.
Sounds like a lot of club for this young man.
Brunch with the Tour.
Brought to you by Clearwater Irrigation, 8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. The Gator basketball team is on their way to San Antonio after qualifying for the Final Four as the result of late heroics from guard Walter Clayton Jr., who found his zone.
Thank you for the shots went in. We was locked in until the final buzzer sounded.
The JU Dolphins men's baseball team swept the home weekend series over Queen Charlotte. Up next, the Dolphins will take on number 4 Florida State tomorrow before heading to Fort Myers next weekend for the A-Sun Conference Series against FGCU. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp took 2 of 3 on the road over the Nashville Sound. The Jumbo Shrimp season home opener begins at 7:05 tomorrow with a 6-game series against the Worcester Red Sox. That runs through Sunday, April 6th at 5-Star Ballpark. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 8 a.m. and it's 66 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes.
This should be Walter Clayton's walk-up song.
Yeah. What a stud. Guy was unbelievable. By the way, I saw this, and I can't find it. Never mind, I'll get back to it. The Final Four. But it was oh, here it is. The 10 best Ken Pom teams ever, and this goes back to 96, 97. The 10 best ever, the Ken Pom teams ever. 4 of the top 10 are from this Final Four.
The best.
Duke is second. Houston is 6th. Florida is 8th. Auburn is 10th. The 4 best Ken Pom teams ever. Ratings dating back to 96, 97.
Oh, 96, 97, but still 30 years.
Yeah. That's how loaded this Final Four is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that's wild, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of, this is the first time, only the second time in history, all 4 number 1 seeds made the Final Four. The last time was in 08. Do you remember who those were?
Yeah, I do. I've seen it in the last week or two.
Okay.
But it's Memphis. It's the Memphis, Kansas.
Memphis with Derrick Rose.
Kansas.
Kansas with Mario Chalmers, who hit that shot.
UCLA.
UCLA with Love, Collison, and Westbrook.
And Tyler Hansborough, maybe? North Carolina?
Hansborough, North Carolina. Very good, Jeffrey. E, did you see little Antonio Brown playing some flag football this weekend?
No, little AB?
Oh, my God.
Is he going crazy?
Oh, Lord. We're creating a monster.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But he's got skills.
Yeah.
Oh, he can run routes, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's got skills. But he's...
Apple don't fall far from the tree.
Boy. Oh, boy. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, that's incredible with the Ken Pom ratings. The best team ever was the 98-99 Duke team, plus 43. This Duke team is second. Duke 01 was third. Kentucky fourth. Gonzaga was fifth. Houston sixth. UConn 7. Florida 8. Kansas 9. And Auburn, this Auburn team, 10th. So I'll be curious to see if Houston can't slow down Duke. I don't know if anyone can beat them.
I'm going to ask you a question. You think this team beats the 04s? Because I don't.
Our team?
Yeah. I'm surprised that it's ranked higher than that team with Noah and Horf. That team was good and it was deep.
Yeah.
It brought in Chris Richard and Spates and Walter Hodge, and I'm not sure that this team beats that team. And it's fun. They're fun to watch, but are they better than that team? Has this team got 3 top 10 picks on it?
Oh, no.
I mean, that had Horde Bruin. Maybe Noah was just outside.
I don't know. They were raving about Tommy Houck this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, 6'10" guy.
I love Houck, and I think he can find a role in the league, but I ain't taking him in.
I'm with Jeff. I don't think this team's beating that team. That team was just tough and gritty.
Yeah, they were.
They don't seem like this team doesn't have that.
What are you talking about?
They're
very
good.
Tough and gritty.
No, they ain't they're not Joe Kim and Al Horford.
I don't know, man. It's the guards here, so it doesn't show as much.
That team was more talented. This team is tough. That's why they're winning.
That other team just they'll bite you. They'll do whatever. They'll scrap.
Yeah.
This team don't really give me that. Now, not saying that this team isn't good.
I'll say this: Walter Clayton Jr. Boy, I don't know if there's a better basketball. I mean, when that team needs more clutch. I'll give him clutch. I'll give him clutch. You know who I have oodles of respect for, guys?
Who's that?
And I'm watching him work out this weekend.
Oh, Derrick Henry.
Oh, my God. This 31-year-old monster is running up a hill with weights on his back.
In March.
Right.
Y'all can take a suck pill, NFL players who are in Cabo. Derrick Henry, I want him on my team. Look at this cat, man. Where is he? I don't know where part of the country this is.
Somewhere with some hills.
He's running up a damn hill. He's passing the guy while he's dragging stuff behind him. I mean, 31 years old, going into his 10th season. He's going to fall off a cliff eventually.
I don't know, man. I will say this. I don't know why we suddenly, maybe it's just because it's a running back. And since when is 31 not prime?
Yeah.
31, you're young.
A lot of wear and tear, though.
A running back especially.
A lot of shots.
But I'm looking.
Shots.
Is this fair, though?
What?
Why did Curtis Martin and Frank Gore last forever, but Derrick Henry's not going to?
Oh, maybe he will.
Maybe
he will. I'm not saying he won't.
No, I know.
He had 1,921 yards last year.
That's what I'm saying. Still going strong.
Yeah. 5.9 per.
He tailed off just a bit, and he didn't carry him in the postseason, or in the second, in the loss at least.
Let me see what he did in that game.
Who
Buffalo.
Buffalo beat them.
Andrews dropped the ball. Yeah. Andrews dropped the ball.
Yeah,
Andrews dropped the ball.
Yeah, the fumble's even worse. Oof.
Oh, boy. 16 for 84, man, against Buffalo.
Yeah, not bad. They just stopped running him.
The week before?
Yeah, he went
26 for 186.
Yeah, no, he went off the week
before. He didn't tail off.
I don't think I guess my point is I don't know if at the age of 31 is impressing me that much, or that his work ethic will keep him. That's why at 32, barring injury, he's going to be a stud again. Next year, what's Derrick Henry going to run for next year? Over, under? What would you be comfortable
15.
betting? Yeah, 1,500 yards. That's what I'm saying.
15.
Yeah, right. Why not?
Hey, good one. You want some of that action-y? That's a good bet, by the way, because he might go under.
Yeah, I was going to say 12, 13.
Yeah,
got to be injured. I mean,
I kind of jumped the gun with 15, but I'd make that bet.
It's funny you say that. It's the exact number I had in my head.
Wow.
The key there is being healthy.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays the full season, I think he'll go over 15.
15 is an amazing. 12 or 13 is amazing.
Yeah.
15?
I don't know if 12's amazing. I got ETN doing it almost twice.
All right, Derrick Henry has 198 carries in his postseason career for 1,002 yards, 5.1 per carry. 7 touchdowns in 9 games. 9 games he's run for 1,000 yards. Over 100 a game.
No, I know. What did he like? He's gone over 15 the last 2 years, no?
I'm talking about the playoffs.
I know, but I'm just saying the last 2. Back to that other conversation.
Oh.
He's been a good playoff back.
Yeah. He went in between
the 2000 there was like a 14, 13.
1167.
That's it. Didn't he play the whole year?
Last year in Tennessee, yes.
He played-
280 carries, only 4.2
They
yards.
started, and that's when they started like downsizing him and running the who was it? Spears? Is that their other guy?
Mhm.
They started running him a little bit.
But man,
so yeah, maybe the 15. I'm just going on Baltimore time. But the year before that, did he have 2,000?
1538.
And the year before that,
937 in 8 games.
So really, it's just did he not have a 2,000?
Sure, he did. 20. He had 2,027. He said his best years, he's had 1540, 2027, 1538, and 1921. Those are his 4 years.
Yeah.
He's got 11,420.
Yeah, 15. You're right. I trust the former running back, Clay County, pride of Clay County. 15's too high.
Too high.
15 is a high number.
But it's a the bet. It's
Yeah,
fair. I take
I don't know how
the
much
bet.
I don't know how much action you'd get. I think you put it a little lower and you get a good bet. 13.50, but I'd pound. Listen. 15 may not be the number to put on it, but I would be comfortable predicting him to get to 1,500 with the He's only had 1 year with the Ravens, a good team that goes to the playoffs that runs the football. So
Right.
I think he's more likely to hit that average than the average he hit with that bunch of ne'er-do-wells he played for in Nashville. At least for parts of his career, they were ne'er-do-well. They were also a top seed a few times, thanks to him.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm told that number 1 Ken Palm team, the 99 Duke team, lost. Well, UConn must have got them.
Oh, yeah. All right, so some musings from NFL.
Are we heavy right now or on time, E?
We're on time.
Okay, on time. Good. All right. Sorry. Seems like we've been, that's good. We've had a lot of good, firm content already. I was
threw me for
earlier than I thought that it should be. Yeah.
Mike Vrabel says the Patriots view Will Campbell as a left tackle. As for what the Pats will do a left tackle, Vrabel said, I think the draft is going to be a good option for us. So
it's all about that second quarter. If that second quarterback falls, either Carter or Hunter are going to be available, aren't they?
John Harbaugh.
If Campbell goes.
Oh, yeah. I don't. By the way, let me say, John Harbaugh said he fully expects Mark Andrews to be the Ravens' tight end this season. He's too good a player entering the final year of his contract. We're not getting Hunter. We're not getting either of those two guys, dude. Abdul Carter or Hunter. We're not. They're the two best players. There's 4 teams. The combination of those two are going to go.
Yeah, I don't. The only way that I could see it happening would be some unbelievable rapid shoot up the board by Jackson Dart. Seems very unlikely he gets inside the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing, though, is if the Patriots fall in love with one of those tackles, that's the only thing that could do it. Now, that maybe Shador doesn't go in the top 5, and then to your point. But if the 2 quarterbacks go, I think there's an outside shot at one of those 2.
I don't think so. But I hope so.
Because one of them goes for sure, and then it becomes, again, the Patriots. You see a lot of smoke around that tackle, right? We saw Mimbo.
We know Cam Ward's going 1.
For sure.
Cleveland, if they don't take a quarterback, which I don't think they're going to do.
They're going to take Hunter or
Carter.
Okay. Now, here, the key comes at 3.
The Giants.
Yes. If they take, there's a lot of smoke around Shador. I personally, with those 2 quarterbacks, don't think they will. But if they do, now you're just the Patriots drafting a tackle away.
And then they'll take Hunter or Carter.
So the ones that the mock drafts that we see Mimbo or Campbell, it's because Hunter's already gone.
I ain't buying any of that.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People should think about that. If you're seeing a Patriots draft where they take Mimbo or Campbell, make sure that's because Hunter and listen, I saw one mock draft where Hunter and Carter were both available.
Florida just 2.5-point favorites against Auburn.
That makes sense.
Duke 4.5 points against Auburn.
Auburn was the number 1 overall seed, so they should be favored. But the committee, as good as they were to get the ones right, they got them in wrong order.
Mm-hmm.
And we said that when it came out. Florida should have been the highest SEC team based on how they were playing, what they had just done, who they had beaten. And I gave that round robin stat. The Gators were 5-1 against Tennessee, Auburn, and Bama, and the rest of them were Tennessee 3-3, the other 2 sub 500. Florida should have the confidence. They have the experience. I'll remind everyone that when Florida won at Auburn, when Auburn just wasn't losing basketball games, they also did it without Elijah Martin. Elijah Martin didn't play that week. Remember, he had that ankle injury or groin or whatever it was. He ended up missing 2 or 3 games, and it was with him out. They still went up there and won.
Yeah.
Your boy Aberdeen, your big Aberdeen backer, I didn't think he had a great weekend.
No?
Yeah.
I love Aberdeen.
Hit a couple, though.
Yeah. All right. John Shipley. Friend of the program.
Okay.
Come out with a little list. 3 players the Jaguars should not draft at number 5. I don't know if I agree with them. Now, they're risky picks. Tet McMillan is one of them. Not an indictment on him, the player, in any sense. I consider him the best receiver in the draft class. I would only entertain with And the only one I would entertain with a top 10 pick, still be much easier for a team like the Jags to entertain him closer to number 10 or the middle of the first round. McMillan would be the Jags' number 2 receiver. Having 2 elite receivers would be a boon, but history has proven the Jags don't need to use a top 5 pick to find an impact receiver. We haven't had many impact receivers, so.
Oh, well, it's funny you say that. It'll set it up. PFF has ranked the position groups in the draft from like the strongest to the weakest, which group gets A's or B's, and I think it definitely will influence what the Jaguars aren't like in line step. It's not going to mirror the same grades that PFF has given, but I think we can get at least the same neighborhood. And if you have a lesser amount of talent, like good talent, starting caliber talent at some positions than other, it's going to make sense that those positions will be drafted higher than others. So, I think that's a laundry list of players and prospects that we can kind of kick around.
Tyler Warren is the next one. I like Tyler Warren, still a tight end at number 5. Would be rich for the Jags. Tight ends in the top 10 alone have a shaky recent history. And there's just a simple fact that Jacksonville will be taking a big hit in terms of positional value. Plus, the Jags already seem to have enough bodies at the position. Yeah, but there are no good bodies at the position. Maybe Brenton Strange. Edge, Jalen Walker. You don't see players get the edge linebacker label anymore. But there's also the simple reason that the most prospects enter the draft without a question of what position they truly play. Jalen Walker is one of the most athletic, high-effort, explosive, and violent players in the draft. The right defensive coordinator can find a role. Listen, interesting. But all 3 players, and he went out on a limb for those guys. I'd take any one of them.
I would too. Yeah, for sure.
So
that Ted McMillan, buddy, he sure is all over the board and what people think about him. You see him as high as like number 3 on some people's board and down in the 20s and others.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
That seems kind of scary. I don't to go over number 5 with a position. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to, because he has that talk of the upside. Not to mention, we're a floor-raising organization now, and what's the number 1 attribute about Mason Graham? The highest floor in the draft. Isn't that what they say about a lot of the aren't we in the business of floor raising around here? That seems to be a common theme. It all is pointing towards Graham. It's safe. It's easy. It's a need.
Yeah.
It's a high floor, perhaps high ceiling. So the edge rusher and it may be Graham with, I don't know. I don't know if they can get away from Carter or Hunter if they're there. But other than that, it's probably.
Liam says the fans should know Trevor's putting in the work. He's rehabbing sometimes multiple times a day. He's throwing health-wise. He's in a good spot. Nice to know. Nice to know. Oh, Peter Schrager's leaving Good Morning Football.
Is he?
Yeah.
We still have that show on in here more than we do now.
We do?
Are they in season or all year?
Did you see who I'm jumping around like crazy.
That's okay. Swipe.
Apologize. Did you see who Mad Max said is the greatest teammate he's ever had?
Yeah.
Vernon Maxwell. Okay, let me guess. Vernon, is this it's a pro? His name? Oh, okay. Favorite teammates. So we're going back to the Gator days. It was all about Eminem. I don't think it was him. I think it was probably this guy would see more in. I'm going to say Ronnie Montgomery.
Ronnie Montgomery.
Is that right? I get it right?
On the head.
The late Ronnie Montgomery.
Yeah, old Ronnie.
We lost Ronnie.
I got stories about both those guys.
Yeah.
My favorite.
From Jacksonville?
Yes.
Yeah, he's from Rebolt.
Rebolt.
Here's my favorite Ronnie Montgomery story. Ronnie got in and out of Norm Sloan's doghouse when he was in Gainesville. He went through Ronnie's got a famous picture, by the way. He's sitting in the rim with the top hat on when they got that NIT Final Four.
Which was a big deal, by the way.
Big deal. So anyway, Ronnie is under current suspension from Norm Sloan, right? I'm living in an apartment complex, not in the best part of town, probably in Gainesville with another buddy, but we have a half-court basketball court right there next to the apartment complex. And so I'm out there at about 4 o'clock on just a weekday afternoon shooting hoops, and who just wanders onto the court and wants to play some one-on-one? Ronnie Montgomery. The quote starting point guard, or at least close to point guard for the Florida Gators at the time.
He said, and we can't play Vernon because he uses 3 words that you can't use over and over again. But he loved Ronnie Montgomery because he said, I wouldn't be the leading scorer in Florida Gator history without Ronnie Montgomery. He'd be on a fast break, and he'd wait for me and give me the ball. He didn't care.
Ronnie had some style and some flash.
And he would tell me, Max.
Ronnie's a good dude.
He would tell me all the time, Max, you out of control. Max, you need to chill. Max, you need to calm down.
Like Max would listen to.
And yet, Ronnie would run into those same things. He got in Norm Sloan's doghouse, and Sloan, I guess, would ride him because figuring Ronnie could take it. I don't know. But and in fairness, when he started and played the one-on-one, I at least knew Ronnie at least a little bit because from just gym rat ball with like Clifford Lett and some of those dudes way back in the day. But I could see other personality similarities that those two would like each other. Let's put it that way.
John Harbaugh said there have been internal discussions about a new deal for Lamar Jackson already. His cap number is over $70 million in 26. Said he expects it'll always be the highest paid quarterback whenever he does new deals. So lots of stuff going on down there. We'll keep you posted. We'll get you more Liam Cohen stuff and more coming up right here on the drill as we head to the 8 o'clock.
All right, let's go position.
Past the 8 o'clock.
Let's go position hunting. Also going to reset Florida basketball off to their 6th Final Four. May not be a blue blood in terms of all time, but if you're in the generation 90s forward, they're definitely a blue blood. It's the 6th Final Four in the last 30 years. So once every 5, they've got 2 titles now in position to try and make it.
And we got some sweet revenge on Mahomes and his wife on Saturday, too.
Oh, okay.
Great picture of Mahomes and Surrender
Texas
Cobra.
Tech, yeah.
And Brittany all just like, golly.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, Florida, that's where Jacksonville's from. We're next, Mahomes. Jags are next. All right, you're listening to True. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. We're inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Do your film study, work on field, get in the weight room, and guys will follow you, especially when you get on the field and you make plays.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times. I can't speak for all of us. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with my guys at ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money experience. That's the ITP Partners expertise. You betcha. Knowledge. Yeah, Janice Cobb, Reed Wingate, second to none. Scotty Regner, Dan Abel, Reagan Wright, Jeff Hartman, and Chris Bryan. Those are my ITP partners. They'll sit down, they will listen, and give us each individualized strategies where our goals become their priority. It's a great time to get started, and you should. And ITP Partners might be the answer. Chris at ITPPartners.com, Chris at ITPPartners.com, or call 312-9751. That's 312-9751. They're ITP Partners, and they're my financial partners for life.
Before you buy that diamond ring at one of those mega national chain jewelry stores, get a second opinion and save money at Beard's Diamonds.
We will beat anybody's price anywhere.
Meet John Lupo, owner of Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler with international connections.
We go directly right to the cutters. There is no middlemen, no wholesalers. It goes from the cutter to the consumer.
And John says Beard's selection is second to none.
You'll walk in the store and you'll see more diamonds, more bracelets, more earrings than anywhere in Jacksonville. I guarantee it.
And at Beard's Diamonds, you get a lifetime warranty and a nationwide price protection guarantee.
You can buy with confidence at Beard's. Everything comes with a money-back guarantee, and we will make sure you're 100% satisfied. We stand behind everything all the time.
All this plus no commission salespeople and a total no-pressure experience.
We want you to be a Beard's customer, and we'll do anything to get it.
Beard's Diamonds, a refreshing alternative to mega chain jewelers.
Everybody gets a good deal at Beard's.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Jacksonville, get ready to spice up your night at One Night Taco Stand. Every Taco Tuesday, enjoy their mouth-watering tacos for just $2.99 and get your weekend started with 2-for-1 house margaritas. Find fresh Mexican street food, stiff drinks, and fun vibes at One Night Taco Stand with 3 Jacksonville locations in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
Anytime you've got major plumbing problems, and even the minor ones, there's several potential causes, and they usually can't be easily detected. So don't guess at a solution. Hire Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Get closer to nature.
Trying to get close to these bucks out here.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber and Captain Kirk Waltz. The Nimnicht Outdoor Show, presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning, 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I am Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and there's so many cool products that are on the line at Cycles of Jacksonville. The showroom is Atlantic and Regency, and we're talking, Greg, you've got from any level of price point, the experienced rider to the inexperienced on-road, off-road.
We've got it. We've got ATVs, we've got motorcycles, we've got scooters, we even have the new Honda boats. We've got something for everyone.
Don't forget about the boat line from Honda. It's all right there, waiting for you. Atlantic and Regency, or Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
No matter what the reason, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers always works. For unique and special gifts, visit their showroom on Beach Boulevard. ET here with 1010XL. Kuhn Flowers is my go-to, and it should be yours too. Online at KuhnFlowers.com.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball opens this week at the newly renovated ViStar Ballpark. Come early tomorrow for the opening day street carnival and stick around for post-game fireworks, all presented by Roland Reach Plumbing. Don't miss Thirsty Thursday and fireworks Friday and Saturday. Baseball all weekend. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Your hole-in-one for men's health is Ackerman Urology. With offices in Mandarin, Middleburg, Rural Golf Village, and the beaches, Ackerman will get you on par for any prostate conditions and sexual vitality. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Johnny's saying there's no way you can make it for them.
There's no chance putting it.
Why? He's hit a good putt.
There's no
Want me to
chance.
show you how to putt it?
You can't. There you go. Yeah, show me how to do it.
That's one. I was just showing E that. It's one of the great. It was like an exhibition, and Johnny Miller was telling Jack, "I can't putt this. What am I supposed to do?" And he goes, "Just putt it." He goes, "You want me to show you how to do it?" Walks up, rolls in like 120-foot putt. I don't know how long it was.
More than that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was a great putt, but we were looking at some stuff, some golf. Minwoo Lee, a winner on the PGA Tour. It was good because he's been in contention, but he hadn't closed the deal. He was able to close the deal. And he had some big names staring him down. Rory made a run. Scotty Scheffler was obviously right there. So Valamaki's always a tough guy to beat. Well, he shot at 62.
And he shot 64 on Saturday, by the way. And that'll be the last you ever hear of Valimaki. So I hope his friends and family enjoyed the weekend performance in Houston. The couple things on Minwoo Lee. He strikes me as Jason Day light. He reminds me, obviously, he's Australian.
Yeah.
But just his temperament, his he's got a little more personality than J-Day. Did you see him step up and do did you see him do the aim point lining for his little 2-incher to end it? He's just a very...
Kids love Minwoo. Minwoo hits the ball and they all scream, Minwoo's cooking or whatever.
You always love something, by the way, that you look at it, and then when it opens its mouth and speaks, it is nothing at all what you expect.
Uh-huh.
And so Minwoo Lee, you expect a South Korean or Japanese or whatever accent, and he's Australian, so it takes you aback. His sister's a winner on the LPGA tour.
Yeah, she's a major winner.
Yeah, Min Ji Lee, I think. I don't know why they do it all backwards, and then they do it different than how we do it. Some of those names.
Yeah.
So he's Min Woo Lee and she's Min Ji Lee. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Something like that. I think that's it.
Yeah. I was thinking about this,
but Hicken hits another winner a bunch of the tour. What I'm saying is just put $100 on both brunch picks, and you'd be having a good year.
Be paying for some trips.
I was glad that, to be honest with you, at this stage, ET, I need Dan's people to hit. I mean, he's so far ahead. I don't want, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like he had Scheffler. I don't need that.
I did have Scheffler.
Oh, yeah.
So I need you to just go ahead. Yeah, get them all. I don't care.
Yeah. I was thinking about this, and I'm glad Liam Cohen said Trevor's working out and he's in the building, et cetera, et cetera. I was thinking about this. This would be a good story to do. What's one of the questions about Trevor is what? Like if you're looking for things.
Okay.
How much of an input does Trevor have in the offense?
No, I mean if you're looking for criticisms of Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Overall,
it's the turnovers.
Turnovers is one. Yeah. What else?
Like late game? I don't. Or just there's a lot. I don't think there's one thing.
One of the things that a lot of people say is, does Trevor have the dog in him?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't know where that comes from so much.
Well, it comes from a Sports Illustrated article. It comes from comparing him to the greats of the game. It comes from
like whenever, does he love the game? That article.
Does he have a laissez-faire attitude? I've always thought this.
Can you win? And this is a serious question. Can you beat Alabama and win a national title as a freshman quarterback at a football factory, Clemson, and quote not have that dog in you? Is that possible?
Or did he? Or did he peak then?
Can an eight? No, I mean I'm being serious. And this is not as that dog in you is not as important as that QBR in you or that touchdown pass in you. But I'm just all
that matters are the results. But what we all have always agreed on.
I agree with that narrative.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not going to be. I've never heard of that. I'm not saying that. I don't know how much stock I put in.
I thought this would be a great investigative piece. And I'm not just talking about the Jags. I'm talking about the NFL. They should do this just because we know everything about these guys, right? So what if you did this as a reporter? What if you tracked these guys in terms of arriving to the facility, leaving the facility, in season, out of season, and compared them? Who's the guys? Because they all say the same thing, Jeff. And do we know? We don't know. They all, oh, man, he's putting in a lot of work. He's doing a lot of work. He's doing this. He's doing that. And then we always sit there and go, is he, though?
I think, it's interesting, that whole
concept.
concept.
How much work do you have to do?
Well, I think it depends on who the person is. If part of your sense of pride is your willingness to work, and it makes you better, and it makes you feel more prepared, and you shoot jumper, you shoot 1,000, you hear the stories of Bird, or you shoot 1,000 jumper, and others you might you may get your internal confidence from the fact that you're just a man and you don't need to practice 48,000 hours.
But I'm talking about,
but you have to prepare.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the creme de la creme, the NFL quarterbacks.
I don't think any of them would be that much more than the others.
I don't think they're all about the same?
Yeah, I don't think there's any quarterback coming in 9 to 5, bro.
Right.
I think they're all coming in and putting in about the same.
Yeah.
And if they're not, they need to do a group text. Hey, buddy, you're making us look bad. So I think it's all pretty much in line.
And it might be.
I think so.
It probably is.
Others that are coming off of injury are having to put in more. They're putting in more.
So-and-so's in Cabo again this week.
Yeah, we've always played that game. I get it.
Yeah.
As a fan, I get it. Especially,
I'm just curious.
It's the same thing, too. Fans, I tell you, that's something, I'll tell you something else fans hate, and this is more than anything. And if you could give an athlete a class on anything, and it goes all the way back to the college level, act like your grandparents just died when you lose. When you're losing,
Oh, yeah, don't smile.
when you're losing, act like you are the most angry person in the world. Because people don't like when you're, I'm watching the Braves game, and in between an inning, they're laughing it up with one of the Padres. I'm watching a Jag game, you've just fallen to 4-12, and you're all kumbayaing at midfield. Fans hate that, man.
Yeah, they do.
We killed Mojo one year. They lost to the Bears 41-0.
Laughing it up.
Him and Matt Forte were over there just yucking it up.
We make too much of it, but there is something there.
Mm-hmm. It's a little
Most of us, when we're in a terrible work situation, we're not laughing and joking, man.
Right.
We're not finding any consolation. We just want to get to the next day.
Well, I was at home yesterday around noon, and I looked up and I got stunned because I got Joe Tessitore right in my face.
You're a spring football guy now.
Blew me away. Like all of a sudden,
Michigan Panthers were on yesterday.
I got Joe Tessitore. I go, what is he doing?
That's made for him.
Is there not boxing?
Yeah, no.
What's going on?
Spring football, UFL, baby.
Well, apparently the spring football started, and apparently
former Jag E.J. Perry.
Apparently, it's taken the country again by storm. As I learned that the Panther Showboat game at Liberty Bank Stadium,
Memphis, Michigan,
4,000 people in attendance. 4,373 was the official attendance.
It's like a bowl game, though. It's a TV program for ESPN.
Yeah, 4,373 to go watch that thriller. Who won? I don't know. Who played?
I wonder if in 20 years, if that league is not where college recruits go for X amount of time, and the NFL draft becomes available to everyone regardless of age, and college football goes back to being college football. I wonder if that'll ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's this league, this UFL that sits in the middle of pro and college that could be so useful. I mean, if it were organized the right way, this UFL, this spring football, could be so useful if it really were used for developing prospects or as a place for kids that don't want to play college football to go. If it really, it's got a lot of promise, but it'll never work. I think in part because the NFL is just so full of themselves, and they've got their free developmental league. It's called college football.
Yeah.
So why align with and put your players at risk? But I firmly believe this, and Denny will disagree.
I firmly believe.
There are people out there right now that'll drive off, and it'll be the 10th time this morning they call me an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Anthony Richardson would be well served to go quarterback the Memphis Showboats for a season.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Anthony Richardson's no further along than E.J. Perry. Maybe he should be Michigan's quarterback.
Mm-hmm. You crazy.
But the problem is, week 2, Richardson, will have, strained Achilles or torn hamstring or some other body part hurt.
All right,
well, put it that way.
Let's grab a break. We'll keep it rolling. We're headed towards the 9 o'clock nasty. This is the drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Fun and games.
Just say game on and let us play.
Because games are fun. There's 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But, Coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. You're going to want to beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Hey, and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Don't forget about your air ducts. Your air ducts, sort of like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them Dan or 1010XL sent you. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Catch Gators baseball all season long on 1010XL. Pitched by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. And Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Florida Gators.
All right, it's Baloo. Let's get real for a minute. Losing weight isn't exactly easy, especially when your life involves being surrounded by good food at every event imaginable. Believe me, I get it. But thanks to Awaken 180, I'm already down 10 pounds, feeling sharper, more energized, and never hungry. This isn't some juice diet or starving yourself nonsense. I'm eating food that tastes great, even when I'm out on the road. Here's the beauty. Awaken 180 gives you the game plan to handle real-life situations. I've been hitting plenty of events lately, temptation everywhere, and I've managed to stay on track effortlessly. That's huge. 10 pounds down, energy way up, hunger totally controlled. So if you're tired of carrying around extra weight, tired of diets that don't work, it's time to check out Awaken 180. Take it from me, Hacker, Dempsey, Hayes, basically everyone. It's easy. It works and it's real. Do what we did and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, I've got a simple question. How much does a 1-carat diamond cost?
Frank, that's an impossible question to answer because a carat is only a measure of weight for gemstones. It'd be no different than me saying, I have a beautiful wife. She weighs 125 pounds, which you'd find is a ridiculous description. Diamonds are graded for 4 factors, and carat weight is only one of those factors. The others are cut, color, and clarity, and each of these factors is graded specifically and set by a certified gemologist in an accredited gem laboratory. So when you ask about a diamond's weight, we're going to tell you more than just the price. At Underwoods, we want a customer to understand how all 4 factors of diamond quality relate back to the rarity and value of the diamond. Needless to say, we all understand the value of a dollar. At Underwoods, we want our customers to know what their dollar buys in diamond value. So if you're shopping for the best, stop by Underwoods.
That's at Underwoods in San Marco, in Avondale, or at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Draft season is here, and so is Mia's Mock Draft Mondays. And this year, we're powered by One Night Taco Stand. Each week, I'll unveil a new set of possible targets for the big cats on the 1010XL social channels and 1010XL.com. Let's talk about it on 1010XL.
Spring and summer are coming. Will your pool deck be ready? Don't Slip Deck Coatings of Jacksonville has you covered. Their multi-layered slip-resistant coatings come in a variety of colors, adding safety, durability, and style to your outdoor spaces. Plus, they offer slip-resistant solutions for inside your home, too. Long-lasting, affordable, and built to protect your family. Don't wait. Call today for a free quote, 904-466-1839. And follow Don't Slip Jacks on Facebook and Instagram.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
All right, we are back here on the Monday Morning Quarterback. We're inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, protecting the rights of men. It's DivorceMenOnly.com.
Somebody asked me, where's Walt on the all-time Gator athlete list? No, Timmy's one, but where's Walt? Walt ain't in the top 10.
All time, no.
Yeah, but if Walt goes and wins a natty, then he can take his place.
If he goes to number 1 in basketball, he goes to, where does he? How high does he go?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Just
there's some heavy hitters out of Florida.
Got heavy hitters of Florida, man. Greatest athletes in Florida history. I mean, you got to talk. All the other sports. I mean, there's too many other sports to.
Yeah, man. It seems like the greatest of the greats, so have for the most part come from at least recognition-wise. The greatest athletes are football players, no, for the most part. Emmitt Smith, Tim Tebow, Steve Spurrier, Eddie Heisman.
Football's the most important sport.
I guess we've had a ton of so who are we going? We're going with Dare Torres. We're going with who's the girl?
Dressel?
Who's the girl who? Well, it's going to be hard with the swimmers, I think. Although Dressel is probably
Dressel's up there.
He's distanced himself now a little bit.
Yeah.
Emmett's up there.
What about the lady who was the best women's soccer player forever? What's her name? Who was the one? She was a Gator.
Oh.
Old school.
Yeah.
really good athlete. Really easy to root.
Oh my
God! What's her name? That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah, I know exactly who it is.
Abby Wambach.
Abby. Yeah, let's say Allie. Abby Wambach.
Oh, she's a Gator.
Yes.
She's a Gator.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. She's big time.
I mean, baseball guys. I mean,
Is there a baseball that would be over Clayton? Who do we have? Do we have a baseball guy, or are we just doing college? Like, does it matter that they do something in the NFL, in the pro? It does, doesn't it?
I mean, that
Yeah, because Timmy, he's number one, no question.
But that's because he, when he left, would have been considered by some the best college football player of all time.
I still considered that.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, you got the guys who helped us win a natty in baseball, Faedo.
Those guys don't register. I mean, I appreciate what you're saying,
No, you're gonna downplay. Like Lauren Hager won 2 natties for us in softball. She pitched and hit home runs.
I'm not downplaying her.
Well, how would she not be?
I'm not downplaying her. I would include her. I don't.
Okay.
Alex Faedo is not going to make the list. I'm finding a guy just to represent a team that won as a team.
Yeah.
Cags would be the one. I mean, if you're looking at a guy, right? Is Cags? Who's the best baseball player of all time?
Cags will be. Pete Alonso is right now.
It is Cags, though, isn't it?
Well, Ryan Lochte.
Yeah.
Another guy.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's Jeff Demps, football and track. He won. He's won a gold medal, didn't he? I think he won an Olympic gold medal. Pretty sure he was on a relay team that won a gold. I think. So the girl who won.
It'd be interesting to put it to a vote. Like some of these guys, I wouldn't.
The girl
put
who
ahead
won
of
all
some
these
of the others.
NCAA titles, Parker, the runner for last year, cute little blonde lady,
Yeah, you
Parker
gotta know.
Valby.
For it to be top 10, you got to know the name.
I just told you her name. She won like a boatload of NCAA championships, though. Billy Ho. I mean, what about golf? Maddie Every.
Yeah. So yeah, Walter.
Shout out, Maddie.
He'd have to win this tourney.
The better discussion. I mean, it's so hard to argue women's volleyball against men's tennis. I think the better, more fun conversation is just the best at each sport. I mean, that's the easiest because for most of us, we're going to go basketball, football, 8 of the 10, and we'll give you your outstanding ball, stick and ball sports athletes their due, and they'll show up on our top 10. They may even be high.
Right.
Dara Torres, for example, but for the most part.
Elfie Schlegel or Trinity Thomas?
Yeah, she's just not going to make it. Yeah, they're just not going to make it.
We had some pretty good gymnastics girls.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. I mean, it's a big.
Back to basketball. Who is it? We had this the other day. I mean, where does the basketball player then? And by the way, we never landed. We never said who it is.
Well, it just depends on who you want to. I mean, it's open for discussion.
Yeah.
There's no answer.
I don't think you can answer. I think if you're going to get down to the best of all time, now again, Tebow's different because he was so superior.
But I would say this.
I think it matters what you do as a pro. I think that enhances what you are overall to your school.
Walter Clayton Jr. has put himself on the Mount Rushmore of Florida basketball.
Man,
Florida basketball, yeah.
Now, here's the amazing thing about.
That's tough. But yeah, he's on the Rushmore basketball.
Yeah. I think that what's even more amazing about Clayton, and look, this is beyond a Florida story. This is a national story. And you could say, okay, well, this was rectified when those All-American teams came out a couple of weeks ago, and maybe they were. But I've been following this stuff from a prospect standpoint, from a mock draft standpoint, from the power ranking. And if you took Walter Clayton and what his rep and street cred was in October and versus now, the guy has gone from he's a good player to he's Steph Curry. I mean, they're throwing around Steph Curry's name this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never seen the Steph Curry comparison, but he does have one part of Steph's game that's similar. That release.
Yeah.
The ability to turn around and shoot it off the hip with no hesitation and getting it over a defender who looks like he has you covered.
Yeah, he has a release.
And like that, the most Steph plays was when he dribbled out of the lane, turned around, and fired.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I've never seen a stock / perspective on a guy go up as much as Walter Clayton's has in the last month. I mean, now he's viewed as one of the top 3 players in college hoops, isn't he? If you're just a Joe College fan, he might be viewed as the number 1 guy.
Well, if you were going to vote for the National College Player of the Year, they said it was Cooper Flagg or Janai Broom.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Walter Clayton get some
Well,
votes?
he would be now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be. He will now. But at the time, because those 2 teams have been led by those guys for. Janai Broom was.
By the way, what about
nothing coming out of high school? He came out of Plant City. He got his offers were to Morehead State, JU.
Shout out JU.
You made a good point, man. JU offered.
Yeah.
Walter Clayton and Janai Broom.
You guys are doing a good job of identifying.
Well, hey man, And while you're at it, go ahead and offer those Boozer twins. That's dangerous.
They offer guys who they had. There is a picture going around on social media this week of Walter Clayton Jr. with his high school teammate Gervon Dexter in Gator football gear when he went and visited Florida.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
That's pretty cool. By the way, one other Gator athlete who should deserve Ben Shelton. Ben Shelton won a natty, led Florida to a natty, and is a heck of a tennis player. So he would be another guy.
Okay, I literally looked at a mock draft 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And Condon was the highest going. He was at the kind of the bottom of the first, and Walter Clayton at best was like 46th. He was like a mid-second rounder. So I thought I would just check it in here. And here's a reason too. I mean, I look at names on here, and I don't know why anyone thinks Jace Richardson of Michigan State is better than Walter Clayton Jr.
Who said that?
Well, Jace Richardson goes higher in the mock drafts. It's just weird.
Yeah.
What part of anything makes you think that kid is better than Clayton?
Yeah.
Because he's younger? Because he's a freshman? Derek Queen, number 9. Jeremiah Fears. Yeah, I'll take the Oklahoma freshman over Walter Clayton.
How tall do you think Walter Clayton is?
6'2"?
They say 6'3", so it's probably 6'2" and change, right? Which is not...
It's not ideal for
not
NBA.
ideal.
Yeah.
But
if you're playing point guard, you're fine.
Yeah.
How big is Jamal Murray? And he's 6'3"? Jamal Murray's the comp that makes the most sense to me. He's still showing up too low. I'm going down here. We're to pick 20. Still no Walter Clayton.
Jamal Murray, they got at 6'4".
Okay. Walter Clayton now has made it into the first round. Here in this mock draft, he goes 25th to the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
And let's see if Condon, by the way, is going the other direction. I think that injury, by the way, does go ahead of Janai Broome. I don't think Janai Broome is going to be a great pro. I don't think Derek Queen's going to be a great pro.
I'll tell you this. If I had like
Alex
25th
Condon, bottom of the first, Alex Condon. So 2 first-rounders now on that Final Four team.
If I had the 25th or 26th pick, I'd take Walter Clayton.
Sure. Especially if I got a need in the backcourt.
Dan, you said something. I kind of want to know. You said our guy, Walter Clayton Jr., he's on the Mount Rushmore Florida Gator basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
For both of you, who's on that Mount Rushmore? Who are the 4?
To me, I'd have, and this is players, not coaches.
Players, right?
Right, because Billy would,
of course.
You almost got to include Billy in it.
Yeah, right.
But I would have Neil Walk still, Mad Max, Walter Clayton Jr., and then I have the 04s.
You can't, you're not allowed to
you're right.
do that.
Right.
But I see.
That's what I would do.
I would, in fairness, probably just put the 3 of them there: Horford, Brewer, Noah. But you can't do that. So you got to put 4 up there. It's hard to choose them on those 4.
Right.
We said this already. In many ways, it could be Brewer. I think he was the highest scorer. He was so humble. He never brought attention to himself.
Uh-huh.
He was the highest.
Noah
recruit.
was the guy on that team.
Noah was the guy.
Yeah, the second year especially. But man, Brewer made a lot of plays too.
I know. I don't disagree. I'm just telling you, it's a tough.
I will say this: if you put Noah up there, every basketball fan that stopped would recognize him. You could put Brewer, and they'd have to say, "Who's that?"
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Noah had that look, and Horford was steadier. Noah was 4th in stats. I mean, Torian Green actually led him in scoring those 4.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to pick one. I think I would go Noah also. I would go. Man, we're this is hard,
tough,
man.
yeah.
This is hard. Neil Walk ain't making it for me. I got to go with guy. I got to find me. It's got to be my guy on a Final Four team. I mean, I got to give the Final Four love. So I'm going to take my 4 off the Final Four teams.
Dang.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
That's all 4? Oh.
Yeah.
So Walter Clayton's not making yours. First team All-Pro.
He's on the Final Four. What you
He's
talking
taking
about?
one each from the different Final Four.
I got 4 Final Four. Yeah, I got 4 Final Four.
What about Lon's
eras.
Final Four team?
Well, that's one of the 4.
Who is it?
It's DeClerc.
He's putting DeClerc on the Mount Rushmore of Florida basketball.
Only if I'm putting the Final Four
Well,
guys
that's what you
in there.
said.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing for my fun. For one, you're putting Vernon in, who by all accounts is no longer recognized by the university.
Right.
So you can't put him on there. And then, I don't want to put Neil Walk on. I'm sorry. Not doing it. I'm going to put on there Dimitri, the meat hook. I'm going to put Dimitri Hill on there. Come on, Dimitri. To your point, that was just a thrown together. It's hard to know who that is. All 4 of those guys kind of carry this implication of being the leaders. Craig Brown, Dan Cross, and both those 2.
Yeah.
I can't put any of them on there. You're right. I'm going with 2 04s.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Which 2?
I'm going to go with
Joe Kim.
He's going with Al. It's going to be one of them.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with Joke. I'm going with 104 Jokem.
Mm-hmm. That's a hard thing, man.
I tell you, the team that's just kind of very, very too invisible is BPY's team.
Yeah.
That team is very invisible, and that was
Final Four.
And by the way, that was a team that was a part of going to the Elite Eight every year. That team's as successful as any.
4 straight Elite Eights.
4 straight Elite Eights and a Final Four. Yet it's hard to contextualize BPY.
Who's their guy?
It doesn't feel like it's him, does it?
Scotty?
It feels like it was Wilbekin, and he ain't good enough to put on a Rushmore. You got to have something. I'm going Mad Max. I'm going Noah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Mike Miller.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I'm going Walter Clayton.
Yeah.
So
tough.
Noah, Mad Max, Mike Miller, and Walter Clayton. That's where I'm going.
I like that.
Yeah. There are about 6 or 7 that are in the conversation, I think, for that last 1 or 2, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. About
6
6 or 7 of them for sure.
All right, let's do this. We'll grab a break. We'll keep it rolling, heading to the 9 o'clock Nasty right here on The Drill.
Every game is a story.
And the game is tied.
Every play is a moment waiting to happen.
We're going to overtime.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it. You shouldn't have, but I'm glad you did.
The love that a little box from Beard's Diamonds can hold is something that those big box jewelry stores can't understand. As Town Center's only locally owned jeweler with international connections, Beard's Diamonds knows that our little boxes are full of promises, celebrations, milestones, and magic. Big box jewelers only have big overhead and big markups, but Beard's Diamonds sees the big picture of the little box. That's why you can look to us for a great selection of dazzling diamonds and designer jewelry, and a listen-first approach to helping you turn what's in a little box into a big part of your special someone's life. Come experience the local, loyal, and helpful difference of Beard's Diamonds in Town Center. When it comes to helping you celebrate with beautiful jewelry, Beard's Diamonds thinks outside the big box stores. And that makes a big difference. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years older, got married, divorced, children, you want to take care of your family, of course you do. Listen up. I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt wants to know if you've done your last will. I know you don't want to do it, but look, it's important because you work hard for your money. You get your assets to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Take care of this stuff. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you information needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's a Hinson Law Firm. If you got questions, reach out to Matty. 904-527-1700. That's 904-527-1700. Offices are Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Slacker plumbing.
Yeah, hey, listen, I need a plumber over here right now.
Yeah, well, we don't have any openings for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep.
I was just changing the shower head and the water line broke and it's flying everywhere.
All right, 1 week.
What if I throw you an extra $100 to come now?
What's the address?
It's 205.
Oh, I guess he changed his mind.
If you've got a leak that can't wait a week, call Roland Reese Plumbing and fix your plumbing problems fast. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is the home of Gator Nation and the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. I'm Hacker, and we keep you connected with the University of Florida all year long. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts.
Homeowners, listen up. It's time to start fresh in 2025. Prosser here, and Loan Pronto is here to help take control of your finances in 2025 by lowering your house payments and consolidating that nagging debt. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Right now, Loan Pronto has some of the most competitive offers for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans, starting in the low 5s APR. If your current rate is over 6%, don't settle for paying too much. Even if you're in process with another lender, call Loan Pronto now. Lock in at a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. You can even skip your next 2 house payments. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Get your personalized Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. Call now, 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Your yard starting to look a little like a jungle? Well, it might be time for a little TLC. Or how about RTC, Russell Tree Care? At Russell Tree Care, they give your trees the perfect haircut. Whether it's trimming or removing, they'll make sure your yard looks its best, all while keeping safety as a top priority. Call Russell Tree Care today and let them take care of your trees. Russell Tree Care, 844-4Mr. Wood. That's 844-467-9663. Or visit RussellTreeCareLLC.com today. Your trees will thank you.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. After sparking the Florida Gators to a comeback win over Texas Tech in the Elite Eight, guard Walter Clayton Jr. was named the West Regional's most outstanding player. Came as no surprise to his head coach, Todd Golden.
2 threes in a row, which gave us some life. And obviously, Walter did what he does, man, down the stretch, made big-time shots. We were able to sneak out here with a win.
On Friday, Florida men's baseball split a doubleheader against Ole Miss, coming up short in the first game and snapping their 6-game losing streak in the second with a win. Up next, Florida returns home to host the University of North Florida on Tuesday. For our pro teams around the state and MLB play, the Tampa Bay Rays defeated the Colorado Rockies, and the Miami Marlins defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates. In the NHL, the Florida Panthers lost to the Montreal Canadiens. That's your 1010XL local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill. We're wasting time. Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
It struck me that I had to take my alma mater in the Final Four. That's what you do. You take them to win the Natty, and I feel like they can win the Natty, but I'm staring at a wheel spin here if somehow they don't win the Natty. I'm going to get punished for taking my alma mater, and it's disappointing to me.
Yes.
It's hanging over, the wheel's hanging over me a little bit because I've had such a good weekend in sports overall, generally speaking. Oh, the Mets are 1-2. I'm not real thrilled about that.
Have they scored a run at least?
But the Braves are 0-4, so, I'm happy. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I need my Gators to somehow, some way find me a dub.
The sheets of integrity have landed this way. I'm safe. I'm the only one safe. So these two are different on the Florida Duke title game. That's the only difference. So if either one of them,
I need Houston upset Duke.
I think there's a real chance that y'all tie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's at least part of the possibilities. That would mean what? Duke could lose here, and then Florida could lose the title game, or you could both lose this weekend, and you'd end up tied, and then it would go to the overall score, the points. But an overall points tiebreaker, it's not good for Dan unless it was Duke Florida. And if it's Duke Florida, the tiebreaker points aren't going to come into play because one of you is going to win that game and win, and the other one's going to lose and lose.
I think everything changes depending on who's in and we repick the points.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I think the rule will be.
Sure. Yeah.
You playing our next guest?
I bet you do.
Not happening. It's Sharks football time.
Blood in the water, buddy. Blood in the water. Got a home opener this weekend. Head coach Jason Gibson in the studio with us here this morning.
Gibby,
why Sunday afternoon? That's a little bit different. What was the schedule? You don't know. You just show up when they tell you. Don't
they tell me to show
you
up.
You tell the boys, oh, this is what time Saturday night, coach? Well, you can come Saturday night, but it's Sunday afternoon.
That's a five-star question.
Oh, I got you. There you go. Probably got some big, heavy-hitting concert this weekend, maybe. Something. Hey, you're a concert guy. What do we got?
Yes, we have Buffalo Springfield.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you never. Yeah, that was a total lie. I don't know if they make the arena still Buffalo Springfield or if that's still a thing.
I don't know.
Are they? Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
What did they sing? Did they sing anything I've heard?
Yes.
What do they sing? Is that an old rock band, like a CCR kind of band? What is Buffalo Springfield?
Buffalo Springfield, man.
Do you like this because it sounds like Springsteen or no? What about Rick Springfield? Did you like him too?
He wishes he was Jesse's girl.
Well, he was at one point. Fact. I bet he got her. Come on. It's Rick Springfield. All right, what do we got here? Sunday afternoon.
They're from the 60s, Buffalo Springfield.
Yeah, I knew they were. That's why I was right. Like a CCR vibe.
Rascal Flats are in there Saturday
What did they
night.
play, man?
Rascal Flats.
Saturday night. There you go.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
Rascal
that is a
Flats.
good one.
That's what's coming
Maybe
Saturday.
get the game before Rascal Flats.
Yeah.
Maybe have them stick around, play
Fun.
halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rascal Flats.
Who do we play this weekend at home? What do we got?
Vegas Nighthawks.
Vegas coming in.
Vegas is coming in.
What's the scouting
we went
report
there
on
early
Vegas?
last year,
They're
didn't
the
we?
#1 team in the league.
They are?
Oh,
We're
hell.
going to find out a little something. What do you got for them?
Hopefully a lot.
How did you do against them last year? How much turnover happens in this league from season to season?
They didn't have a lot of turnover. They kept.
Did they win it last year or no?
No, they lost. They were the #1 seed, but I think they lost in the first round.
Okay.
Duval. Last play of the game. It was
supposed to be a battle cry, coach. Anyway,
Supposed to be a battle.
Yeah.
So basically the same team you faced a year ago?
Yeah, they were. We're not, obviously.
You're sure?
Yeah. So that's the thing. That's
kind of a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, we played them well, but
I remember you playing. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I don't have your schedule from a year ago, but I do recall part of the theme was the guys were close here.
It was close. I think the first game was 39-33, and then the second game was at home. It wasn't as close at the end. We wound up losing the quarterback, and it was a little brutal.
And so
they have Tamron Terry on their team.
Okay. He was with you, wasn't he, at one point?
We let him go to Vegas.
Oh, the heck with him then.
Come on back then, TT.
TT's gone.
How have you settled on what you saw week one now that you've had plenty of time? The guys have digested it. Do you give me the kind of a status check on
2.
A 2 out of 10?
No. 2 meaning we had 2 penalties.
Okay.
So for me,
perfect. You told him that.
We talked about
you're not
that
going
in
to
the
lose a game with
offseason.
that.
We're not going to sit there and we had no false starts, no delay of games, no holding. There was 2 penalties the whole game.
Okay.
And I think that's how you win football games. And we've been preaching about being disciplined and creating habits, and I've been saying it every day about consistency. And then we're not going to do what we did last year, be first and goal from the 2 and get a personal foul, and be first and goal from the 16.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to eliminate that stuff, but we're trying to really create an atmosphere back in the ViStar, make that an unbelievable place to play. I don't think we've had a lot of success the last 2 years as much as we should with the crowd base that we have. So I'm changing some things up this year as far as how we prepare for home games, and it's a thing we talk about every day is we are playing at home. We have to be 8-0 at home, no matter what. We have to be 8-0 at home, and it starts unfortunately with a really good team, but what a great measuring stick. But we're pretty good on defense.
Why then did you decide to bring E back if you're making changes and you want to win?
It was a contractual thing. He had guaranteed money, and you know how that goes.
Sure.
For us to trade him and eat that on the cap.
Some people say he kind of milked his Achilles injury last year just to keep getting the paycheck from you guys without having to bounce around the building.
We're going to let the contract.
Your own people.
We have a veteran rule, and so he taps out that veteran rule. So next year we'll see what happens.
He has a ring.
They were going to trade him to Worcester for a guy they call Q. Q.
Gonna get Q in here. They're gonna go back to. They're gonna go back to Wally. Somewhere Wally got this hint of inspiration of hope again. No, even with the bum Achilles, it's
kind of we're hoping to
still
get
not
Q
easy.
from the Green Bay Blizzard.
The Blizzard.
Send him up to Green Bay. Let him do those games. He shout out to Green Bay. You could do a Leroy show up there.
No, I'm fascinated. Coach, this is a good time to compare and contrast for our listening audience. Sure. Okay, we're all well aware of what's going on right now in the player procurement process for the NFL. Right, the world stops. They bring them all in front of them. They parade them out. In the combine.
I've been there.
They host you private workout days. Come on down, Coach. Here's a lemonade. Look at our guy. Compare that to with the process of finding players for the Arena Football League and how you find them. Are you finding guys, for the most part, who are 2 or 3 or 4 years that gave the NFL a try, or are they young guys who, for whatever reason, haven't gotten noticed yet but feel like they can? Just, it's laid out right there for the NFL. They got a lot of built-in advantages. Just give me your philosophy on finding the best players to fill out a roster for your league.
To keep it quick, it's really the exact same that you see in the NFL with just less zeros at the end of the check.
And you just realized, too,
it's really the exact same process. You have to
do you have a combine for indoor football? Is there such a thing?
We know we have free agent workouts, but we don't really just look at somebody and go, oh, he looks really good, let's sign him.
Okay.
I mean, we look at the film. We look at his arm span. We look at what we're trying to do. We did a good job this year. And we look at the background of the history. I go check their social media. I go look. I mean, you
What's this guy all about?
Yeah, I check the references for the most part. You do all your due diligence to make sure you have the right person, not just that they run a 4.3. I've had those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just mentioned the guy that we had that ran a 4.3. It doesn't mean they translate well with all the other
your
things
system
in what we do. Now, it's like every other player in the NFL. Some guys aren't good for one team, go to another team, and they have some success.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to find that person, and you go through all the measurables. When I say measurables, it is the height, it is the weight, it is the arm, the wingspan. We just had a D-line the other day. We were looking at a kid but he had really short arms, and just for this league, just doesn't bode well. And so, those are things you look at, but also the measurables are the mental capacities, the social media. Did they graduate college? I've said this before. I just feel like guys that have graduated school,
going to work better for you.
Well, they can manage their time. That means they're accountable. I need guys that are accountable and show up for work. You got a guy that's transferred 5, 6, 7 times. Can't stay in one spot. That's a red flag.
That's going to be harder and harder.
You can get guys with extreme talent, but a lot of them still believe they should be in the league for whatever reason.
Well, yeah. And what's really fun about this league is finding the guy that nobody found.
Right.
And then having that guy get a shot. Honestly, that is the biggest fulfillment for me as a coach.
Yeah.
When you find certain guys like that and you're like, holy cow.
Yeah.
And you find them. And what's really cool is when you get a guy from the NFL on your roster and he's playing next to this guy that you found out of a D3 school out of New York.
He's no better.
And you're going and everybody's saying the same thing I'm thinking. How did this guy get a shot in the NFL?
And he didn't.
And it's really cool to make those comparisons, but that's what's really fun. We got a couple guys. We got some guys on our roster.
Does the NFL kind of look down on indoor football, or do they scout it very heavily? I'm just like, does anyone is there once a year where someone from the NFL calls a head coach and asks for, this player, that player, the other?
It happens. I've had guys that one of my favorite stories of all time, we were at a game in Orlando, and I got a phone call from a scout from the Jets. He just happened to be off on a Sunday or a Saturday night and wanted to do something with his kids. They just decided to go to an indoor game. While he was at the indoor game, by accident, he's like, wow, that linebacker's pretty good. And he wound up. So it's just opportunity. You just never know where you're going to be. I mean, I don't think they're scouting indoor leagues.
Yeah.
But the NFL is going to be thorough. And if they find a really good player, no matter where you're at, I mean, we've got a young man on our roster played at D3, I want to say Castleberry. He's 6'5". He broad jumped 11 feet. He runs a 4.5. He's a defensive end.
Wow.
He's unbelievable. But he went to camp with the Titans, and went to XFL, went to CFL.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at his measurables, there's a reason that NFL brought in a Division III player. He's got to be really, really good. And we happen to have him. And he's kind of panned out to everything we thought he was going to be. And I just don't see him being around here very long.
All right, just give us a quick. I understand that our listening audience isn't going to know the depth chart for Vegas, and still in the process of learning it for your own team. But if there were a couple things that we're looking for on Sunday, obviously the lack of penalties is something you're going to try to do all year, but give us some of the keys to
we're
improving to 2-0 here, having a happy Monday next week.
We got the best running back combination in the league. We got the IFL leading rusher 2 years in a row in Jimmy Robinson. He's a Palm Coast guy. We're going to run the ball. I've got 2 big 6'6" guys from Alabama at guards. My center's outstanding from the University of Maryland. We've got big guys up front.
Power 5
and we're going
players.
to. We made a statement. I told the guys in the room, if it's 3rd and 3, don't ask for it. We're going to run the ball.
Okay, well, here it comes.
And that's what's going to happen. But we've predicated this team. If you get a chance Sunday to watch our defense, you're going to see some really good players. Our linebacking core is really good. Kid out of Wake, kid out of Kansas are outstanding. John Huggins from Daytona Beach, who was at Jackson State, was at Florida. Huggins was at Florida.
Okay.
He might be one of the physically most gifted players in this league, and those are the types of guys that when you see him number 8, that you're lucky if you get him 3-4 games.
All right, well,
when he gets out, he's going to be gone.
A lot to be excited about. The Sharks open up their home schedule this Sunday in the arena. That's right, it's a Sunday afternoon tip. And we got some tickets to give away right now. But for those that aren't fortunate enough to win here, Coach, I'm going to go to you. Here's your phone number from Coach Jason Gibson.
I'm just playing. Steve would kill me, right, Steve? 904-621-0700.
Okay.
There's a lot of tickets out right now. This is the best buzz I've heard about a game in a while since I've been here.
A really good team. The defending or the number 1 seeds from a year ago. The Sharks off to a 1-0 start. This is a big one at home this weekend. Yeah. So we look forward to it. We look forward to it. Is it 18 game schedule?
16 games.
16 games. So 16 will carry throughout the summer months here, indoor football with a very good team. That's Coach Jason Gibson. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Keep up.
See you Sunday.
See you, Coach.
Catch up with you next week.
Yep. Hit me up right now for a family 4-pack of tickets to that home game right now. 904-641-1010.
She's here? Where is she? Singing along to every word at the top of her lungs.
And what does that have to do with anything?
It has everything to do with anything.
Lauren Brooks.
I'm just getting started.
On Helmets and Heels from noon to 2.
Gosh, you're an upbeat lady.
On 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's exclusive 31-day spring event. Experience superior craftsmanship and timeless design with buy one, get one 40% off custom replacement windows and patio doors. Enjoy the ease of 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires March 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the country that offers multi-unit hair grafting, FUE neograft hair transplants, and the 45-minute effective PRP treatments.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
Thank you, IHRS.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Schedule a free evaluation and find out how to grow your hair back and keep the hair you have. Call 904-777-IHRS. Take the first step to restoring your hair today. Visit hairforme.com.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years.
Call now for a free in-person or virtual evaluation. 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
Plumbing problem? AC acting up? Septic tank trouble? Don't waste time calling 3 different companies. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. We offer plumbing, septic, and air conditioning services. Call 904-862-6769.
The rumors and trades.
That is the game within the game.
The decisions and deadlines.
Our work is not done now.
The off-season overflows with surprising storylines.
I'm all ears.
Let AA Automotive and 1010XL guide you through the off-season.
Value or flavor? Price or taste? Why choose when you can get both with everyday deals at Sonny's? Right now, you can get the pork big deal for $10, the pork and rib combo for $12, and all-you-can-eat ribs for just $19.99. Yep, you heard right. All your favorites are now available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since '68.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and there's so many cool products that are on the line at Cycles of Jacksonville. Showroom is Atlantic and Regency, and we're talking, Greg, you've got from any level of price point, the experienced rider to the inexperienced on-road, off-road.
We've got it. We've got ATVs, we've got motorcycles, we've got scooters, we even have the new Honda boats. We've got something for everyone.
Don't forget about the boat line from Honda. It's all right there, waiting for you. Atlantic and Regency or Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Hicken here for Bound 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bound 9. Visit Bound 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bound 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
If someone you love needs a pick-me-up, then it's time to get serious about it and send them a Kuhn floral arrangement. JJ here with Sense and XL. You'll be assured of a quality delivery, that's for sure. Log on and order online at kuhnflowers.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
How many people will be saddling up and headed to San Antonio this weekend? I mean, I would think the Gator contingent for here. The one thing that did play out that's unfortunate is if they had this weekend's games in Atlanta or somewhere near, there would have been a lot more orange and blue there. They've really, there's a lot of electricity around this Gator program. It feels like there's a lot of passion. The football team's struggling the last few years, probably, feeds that extra excitement into basketball because they're the ones that are actually performing. So yeah, I wonder how many are headed off to the Final Four. I would bet there would be, dozens and dozens from the Jacksonville area. And the Final Fours I've gone to in the past, that's been the case. I always run into people that we know from here. I got like a golf tournament this weekend. I can't go. I probably would be headed out there and do the show out there maybe on Monday and Tuesday. But no, I'll just be here like the rest, front row of HD Stadium.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've got a Dan Hicken stat of the day.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is a interesting one.
His name is Hicken. He's got a knowledge addiction. It's Dan Hicken, stat of the day.
Among his many addictions.
Thank you, Balls Davis. I miss you. This is kind of crazy. Sauce Gardner is a Pro Bowl cornerback, right?
Sauce Gardner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't play very well last year. I think he's 3 years in now. He's played 48 games.
Yeah, he had an amazing rookie campaign.
Yeah, 48 career games.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 3 interceptions. That's in 9 fewer games. Aiden Hutchinson has 4 interceptions.
Oh, goodness. Did we really miss on that? Goodness.
Yeah, Sauce better step it back up and stop worrying about the golf game. He needs to play some good football for the Jets, man. Right?
You work on that back pedal.
Yeah.
Not that drive.
Probably not good that a D end is outperforming you in that cornerback, heavy stat.
D1 baseball rankings are out. 8 of the top 10 are SEC schools. None of them with an FLORIDA.
No, gosh, they've just gone.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's out. So yeah, Tennessee remains number 1. I might have texted Charlton K. Gainey, death, taxes, and the Vols not in the Final Four.
It's hard to believe they've never been to one.
Yeah,
because they've had some good teams. And Tennessee, by the way, it's we've talked about the hierarchy. There is one SEC team that is on par with Florida, but I would still put them slightly behind. But there is only one on par. Do you know who it is?
As far as what?
Basketball, college basketball. There's one team on par with Florida, just as a program. Kentucky's the best program in the SEC.
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas is on par with Florida. I would put Florida ahead based on the Natties.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if you go to – this is the 6th now Final Four appearance for the Gators.
Mm-hmm.
The conference is littered with a bunch of teams that have either never been or been once.
Torpedo bat info. 9 of the 15 home runs were hit by players using the torpedo bat.
For the Yankees.
Yeah.
Are they the only team using this? Is there any other players in the league that are using it?
Stanton used one last year. Bellinger said he first tried one with the Cubs last season. Twins catcher Ryan Jeffers used one yesterday. The analyst who helped design them with the Yanks from 18 to 24 is now with the Marlins. So, torpedo bat info.
Well, I would suggest that the Braves FedEx some in overnight after getting 26 official bats in a 27 at-bat game yesterday.
Oh, dear.
That's how bad they are.
Oh, no.
Can't even get 27 at-bats, much less score a run. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 double plays. 27, that's the Major League minimum, Dan. Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
When's the last time the minimum was faced in Major League Baseball? That means that you set down 9 allegedly professional batters every time they came up.
There is a concern about Roki Sasaki in this respect. His agent was worried about him going to a big market team where he's in the limelight. He's had 2 tough starts. He's only 23, and he's damn near in tears in the dugout after he got pulled the other day when he didn't pitch well against the Tigers. Didn't bother the Dodgers. Of course, they won, but we'll see.
He's not been Mr. Unhittable for sure.
Roki Sasaki.
Well, good. I mean, I'd hate for the Dodgers to actually have some bad luck.
And Jacob deGrom very quietly threw 5 innings, a 2-hit ball yesterday.
And they're already talking about, I like this about, their manager, Bruce Bochy. I don't think he's going to play this, this game of putting them on eggshells.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, you're a pitcher. You're going 7 innings next game.
Right.
I'd like to see someone demand some innings out of deGrom.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see it. And you know what, by the way, we're going to pitch you one more time. And this time, this or that, we're done. They should be done with Scherzer. This is why I didn't want the Braves to sign Scherzer. Did you see how long he lasted?
Yeah, he had a lat.
It's a lat now. This guy's always hurt, man.
Right.
And by the way, at some point, it's time to say, can we pitch through anything? Or do you pitchers just shut it down at the first twinge? Huh?
Yeah.
Get a little twinge or something, and that's it? You're not going to play?
Yeah. So interesting stuff going forward with that, and we'll see.
But the Braves have just been awful. They're 0-4, and now they got to go play 3 at L.A. By the way, 2 of those pitchers that the Braves will be facing, one's Blake Snell, that's Wednesday. One is Tyler Glasnow, that's tonight. Both those pitchers, the Braves lineup has a cumulative batting average of 150 against. They're about to get shut out for the 3rd straight game. And it really is. Ozzie Albies and Austin Riley and Michael Harris and Matt Olson and Azuna, they all should be ashamed of themselves. But they're not. They'll just go out and dunk around for however long. They know they have enough. So never mind us fans sitting back here watching you JAs not even scoring a single run. Whatever.
Lindor's off to his usual 0 for
I
start.
saw that. He's hitting 0-0-0. Listen, Hick, if you go down through my lineup, the batting averages look like the GPA from, Dazed and Confused or something.
Yeah.
A bunch of Wakenbakers that are, dude, a good swing, man. I mean, my guys are hitting 0-27, 131. I mean, honestly, I'm not even exaggerating.
I feel you, bro.
It's an embarrassment. I know it's only 4 games, but by the way, that's not the Dodgers staff you just faced. It's the bleeping Padres, Hick.
First time in SEC history that 2 SEC schools meet in the Final Four.
Yeah, that was surprising.
That is a little surprising.
In fact, I would have told you like Kentucky LSU met. I thought that. In fact, I thought Georgia's year they faced an SEC team, but no, apparently not, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. but interesting.
Really close to having that all SEC final. Had 2 that bowed out and 2 that made through. They took a bit of a beating, the selection committee, on how much gravitas they gave the SEC, but it was well spent. They took 14 teams. They had 7 in the Sweet 16. They had 4 in the Elite 8, and they got 2 in the Final Four. 2 more that lost in the Elite 8. So, I think that ended up kind of proving itself a little bit. It was an excellent year from the SEC. It will make sense that one of those, and they will get a shot at the title. Auburn playing Florida guarantees at least that. And I will say this. For it to actually be the best college basketball conference in history, and some of them are saying that, right? I mean, Jay Billis and others, they got to win the Natty, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can't lose to Duke or Houston and be considered the best, the best college basketball conference.
I would agree.
Of all time. You ready for this? Just real quick. Profar's hitting 200. Riley's hitting 143. Olson's hitting 167. Albies is hitting 133. Harris is hitting 067. RC is hitting 200. Kellenick is hitting 154. I didn't give you the Drake Baldwin. He's hitting something or other. He's got 1 hit. And Marcell Ozuna he is bringing the lumber, though. So thank God for Marcell and his 222 average. By the way, his slugging percentage also 222.
When I get back into watching Major League Baseball I did this weekend, I will say this. The one thing that always stands out to me is how good those guys are defensively. Arcia made a play last night that was just, he ran back and caught the ball.
I wish he'd have just kept running. Tremendous. Just keep running all the way out the damn stadium. It's just terrible. I know there's they can't. And I will say this too, and I mean this with no disrespect to those that actually are afflicted with Alzheimer's. I think Snitker has Alzheimer's. I think Snitker just is out of his capabilities here. I don't know what this dude is doing, but anybody that trots Hector Neris out to the mound after what he saw in day one, you're not even trying.
Rafael Devers has 12 strikeouts to start the year at DH. He's making a stand. I don't want to be the DH, so he's 0 for 16 with 12 Ks.
Most ever through 3 games or 4 games or whatever it was. Yeah, he set the record there. So I don't understand this torpedo bat. Why the Yankees are the only ones that are using it. Like they're the only ones, and why it hasn't been used before. It's a weird thing that looks like it should be. If we're going to ban the tush push but let the torpedo bats go, then I got questions.
We got it all.
The torpedo bats look weird. Stop it. A bat should be smaller at the bottom and taller at the top. And if you can't hit it off the sweet spot, oh well. You don't get to move the sweet spot like they do golf. Basically what they've done here, Dan, is they've taken that skinnier part of the bat down closer to the label. Yeah. And because the Major League Baseball hitters are not making as good a contact, they're just changing where the contact is.
Yeah.
And now, not every Yankee is using it. Aaron Judge had a huge weekend. He doesn't use the torpedo bat. Only the guys that need some sort of, I don't know, maybe advantage. This seems so Little League to me, though, right? The combat's the hot bat. Every parent has to go buy one.
Yeah.
Is that what's about to happen? We're about to go like Little League Baseball on the league. Everybody's going to be ordering up their torpedo bat. But it's like smaller at the top, and then it gets bigger at the label, and then it narrows down again. It is an odd-looking, you had a good, like a bowling pin look.
Yeah, kind of a bowling pin thing. All right, let's do this. We'll grab a break. We'll come back. We'll do some...
let me do this real quick, because I've been threatening to do it before we grab said break.
Okay.
All right, I just want to run these by. What's our number one positional need when it comes to the draft? I've got position groups grades. We won't spend a lot of time here, but just give you an idea of which positions are viewed to be more stacked by the scouts and how that might affect how you pick them on draft weekend. What would it off interior defensive line, interior offensive line?
Okay.
Is that where we're going?
That's where I would go.
That's fine.
Which one first?
Interior offensive line.
C. It says, in a vacuum, without any tackle converts, this year's interior class is lacking. So C, you're not going to find, unless you get which means if you're going to get one and it's going to be impactful rather than a developmental player, you better get him in the first 3 rounds. If you see an interior lineman taken late, less likely that he's like starter material. Interior defensive line, you said?
Mm-hmm.
A-. Does that change your mind at all what to do with that pick if you know that you can get good defensive tackles and interior defensive linemen late? You still take Mason Graham at 5?
Well, because if they tell you that there's 10 guys, 12 guys who are true first-round picks and you can get one of those guys, you still want to get the very best. And if he's the very best, I want the very best.
And you're picking 5th. I like that. But you would still be getting the very best at, say, receiver or another position in this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Corner, need still?
Still a need.
Oh, yeah.
C. Cornerback class, C. They say the cornerback talent this year's class is largely situated at the top of the order. After Hunter, you've got Janae Barron and Will Johnson.
Okay.
But after that, there seems to be a drop-off. Safety, we're going next. And then receiver and running back, just for instance. Safety's a C-. That guy that you like so much, is it Amanawari? What's his name?
Amanawari.
He could fall to round 2. You might consider him there if you've identified that as a need. The linebacker's weak. They say D-, maybe one of the worst linebacking classes ever in the draft. Edge rushers get an A+. So we're definitely leaving with an edge rusher somewhere, aren't we?
We need an edge rusher.
We need to.
Yeah, you're going down deep. And now it might mean taking a quote-unquote risk at a guy like James Pierce or someone like that. Let's see. Tight ends are a B, wide receivers a B-, and running back A-. So, some of these that have the lower grade, I would expect, if in all things being equal, maybe you take them a little bit higher because of the talent thinning out, and then the opposite for the others. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Living life on the edge of your seat.
Are you kidding me?
Your front row seat for play-by-play.
Break it free, they're not going to catch you.
1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
At Beaver Toyota, we believe your experience should be more than just buying a car. It should be a lifetime of confidence, care, and trust. We're proud to offer a lifetime warranty, lifetime oil changes, and lifetime customer service. We're not just here to sell you a car. We're here to establish a lifelong relationship that you can always count on. It's simple. You deserve the best and shouldn't settle for less. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, where we're ready to give you peace of mind for a lifetime. We're here to wow you.
Hey, I can hear from my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Man, I love Beaches Dermatology, and I'll tell you why. First off, great folks, right? Dr. Metz, Dr. Boudreaux, Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgeon staff on Solana Road. It's nice it can be, right? They take good care of you. They get you in, they get you out. They appreciate you. They want to remind you. They don't want to see you. They want you to keep your skin healthy. They want you to protect yourself from the sun. If you're out watching your kids play ball, don't put on a floppy hat, man. Put on a long sleeve dry fit. Put on the sunscreen. Protect yourself. Golfing, fishing, whatever it takes. But if something does show up, go get it checked out, man. Best way to do it is go online. Go to beachesdermatology.com. That's beachesdermatology.com to make an appointment. Different locations to serve you. Find out which one serves you best. You'll be glad you did. Go check them out at beachesdermatology.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjax.com.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here.
The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 31st, 1961, Boston Bruins defenseman Bobby Orr scores his 3rd career hat trick, becoming the first player in NHL history to score 100 points for 4 straight seasons.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball opens this week at the newly renovated VyStar Ballpark. Come early tomorrow for the opening day street carnival and stick around for post-game fireworks, all presented by Roland Reach Plumbing. Don't miss Thirsty Thursday and fireworks Friday and Saturday. Baseball all weekend. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
All right, it's Baloo. Let's get real for a minute. Losing weight isn't exactly easy, especially when your life involves being surrounded by good food at every event imaginable. Believe me, I get it. But thanks to Awaken 180, I'm already down 10 pounds, feeling sharper, more energized, and never hungry. This isn't some juice diet or starving yourself nonsense. I'm eating food that tastes great, even when I'm out on the road. Here's the beauty. Awaken 180 gives you the game plan to handle real-life situations. I've been hitting plenty of events lately, temptation everywhere, and I've managed to stay on track effortlessly. That's huge. 10 pounds down, energy way up, hunger totally controlled. So if you're tired of carrying around extra weight, tired of diets that don't work, it's time to check out Awaken 180. Take it from me, Hacker, Dempsey, Hayes, basically everyone. It's easy. It works and it's real. Do what we did and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
Yeah, cooling down from Liam Cohen, who met the media a little while ago, and the boys at Jaguar State are going to have a lot of it. But here's a clip from Liam talking about him and James Gladstone.
Man, a lot of time. We've spent almost every waking minute together throughout the last few weeks, honestly. It's really just been us together with the help of some others as well that have been part of this process. But it's so easy to talk to him. I mean, he breaks things down to such an elite level of simplicity for me because he's a lot smarter than I am. And so he's able to break down the draft, understand it as well as anybody I've heard have these conversations. We've got guys in buckets to where we're trying to look for them. And he's been able to map things out for me to be able to understand at a high level.
Oh, that's good.
You know what I'm cooling down on? All this off-season talk. I've about had enough of it. I mean, I get it. We'll play some more tomorrow. But and we're to the point of redundancy now because we're hearing the same things they've been telling us since they were introduced at their various, platformed opportunities, be it the Combine or this time it's the owners' meetings. I think I'm interested to see what they do in the Tush Pus. I'm okay either way. I mean, I don't care that much. I don't think it comes into play as much as it does. It does kind of reek of, well, gosh, you can't stop it, so you should make it illegal. If it was such an unstoppable play, how come you're all not running it?
Yeah.
But on the defensive side of the ball, they don't allow you to push your teammates from behind. If a linebacker can't come up and push his defensive lineman, then why should the offense be able to push their guy? So I can see him having a nice, easy, built-in reason or excuse to ban it. I feel like, though, that it's kind of, the narrative's changed a little bit. It feels like it's going to get banned, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, it didn't at first.
No.
Because the one reason you ban plays is injuries. And this is not a play that's leading to more injuries.
No.
So that's probably
this is just a little bit of jealous, a little bit of, only one team does it really well, but it's an advantage for them, so the hell with them.
Right.
Seems like that to me anyway. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's going on at the owners' meetings. And like I said, Liam Cohen met with the media today. You'll hear what he has to say coming up in just a few minutes. E, you in the mood for some New York City headlines?
I love headlines.
You love headlines? Brought to you by our friend Dr. Rick Townsend. MyPVConcierge.com for all your medical needs. Check them out, man. It's the wave of the future, concierge medicine, and it works. Crank it up. A Fast and Furious wild mob smashes windows of NYPD vehicles after cops respond to apparent car meetup. Shocking video shows.
I mean, I like Fast and Furious, but I don't like that.
Yeah. A Good Morning America anchor reveals family secret discovered on 23andMe after company files for bankruptcy.
Yeah, that's definitely what is the family secret. It better be good if you're going to make me search for that. Well, that secret better be a good one, E.
David Beckham's ex-assistant doubles down on brave affair claims. I never lied.
Again, man, I don't even know who the affair was with and how any affair is considered, quote, brave. But you do you.
Kanye says he didn't want to have kids with Kim Kardashian in disgraceful interview.
But then he ended up having like 3. Man.
Yeah, no, you're telling me that we're always planning to have them? It's kind of been my experience. I don't know if they're planning to have them or not. I don't know if Kanye's planning to have them or not. Maybe she's lying to him, saying she's good.
Fight night, ex-Nick in middle of ugly NBA brawl that spilled into stands, saw 7 ejected.
This really was way out of control, way unacceptable. Did you see the fight?
Yeah.
I mean, it got pushed into like a 10-year-old little kid.
Yeah, I saw the skirmish.
Not cool, dude. You either don't put fans there, or we got to have something. I mean, one little jersey from A-Rod, that ain't going to do the trick. This kid looked like he was scared bleepless.
Get your popcorn ready. Hulk Hogan posts video with new wife as ugly family feud rages.
Yeah, they don't get along well. That whole deal. I can't keep up with them anymore. Who's mad at who?
Doctor accused of trying to kill his wife on Hawaii cliff was prone to extreme jealousy, allegedly called son moments after attack.
Man, you jealous dudes need to get into therapy. That's jealousy, and how y'all act is just way weak.
Love in basketball. Florida players' March Madness interview with ESPN student reporter goes viral.
Well, we talked about this the other day, and I mean, we need to clarify some things here. This is the C team of both. It's the C team of sports, the guy who never plays, and the C team of local media because it's the student station. But
Student job.
Listen, man. I mean, if he could fetch her, because of this Final Four run, knock yourself out, buddy.
Pattern forms screaming banshee charged in fatal DUI after running down 73-year-old, and it's just the latest in a string of arrests.
Is it literally a banshee, or are we just characterizing this person as such?
Maybe more of a Karen.
Yeah.
Hospital of the future inside Switzerland's medical palace, where wealthy Americans spend at least $10K a week to make over their health.
Oh, Jesus. You got too much money. You don't ever complain about our health system if you fly off to Sweden to get your stuff done.
Passengers clash over reclined seat in midair rumble on flight.
I'm for the guy sitting in the back. I mean, it's just the end of the day. If you recline your seat, you're just selfish. That's
Red
you.
Sox
so
fan.
I had to do it today, but you are.
Red Sox fan Portnoy absolutely hates scumbag Yankee Torpedo bats.
I don't care. I mean, I don't even know what Portnoy thinks about every Northeastern sports story. No, just tell me when he wins or loses $1 million, or a taste test of pizza. That's what I'm good. That's what I need my Portnoy for.
Friends for life, birthday buddies, and next door neighbors turn 101 on the same day.
That's good. That's good. That's good work if you can get it. 101.
101.
Find it right there.
Yeah, 101's good.
Miss Hennessy ain't gonna let me.
I'm supposed to take a nice couples vacation to Puerto Rico in June. That's kind of all up in the air now after Saturday's shenanigans. They're Texas Tech fans living out in San Antonio.
Oh, boy.
I did the kiss of death. I didn't do it on purpose. I wasn't trying to mush. I literally had accepted the fact we weren't going to win. And with about 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go and the Gators down 9, I sent the congratulations. Wow, we really choked. And then Florida proceeded to score like the next 12 points, take a lead, ultimately win the game. And yeah, let's just say, and now he's a Tennessee grad. And so but she's the much bigger Texas Tech fan than him. I mean, so yeah, she was mad at me. And then I got let off the hook when right after I had sent that, their son, who's, grown son, like our kids, texted and asked him, did they want him to get them some Final Four tickets because he was ordering his.
Jeff, take the 3-foot walk and tell me what hole this is.
What hole?
Yeah, what iconic hole this is in golf.
I like that.
Any idea?
12.
Yeah. Golly, that has changed. I would never get that.
That's 12 where?
At Augusta.
I got that pretty quick. Did you see that?
Yeah. It didn't take much. Is that part of Amen Corner?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Okay. 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Which is, I think a lot of people mistake Amen Corner to include the 2 par 5s because you can make scores there, but it's not 15. Like, it's easy to think 13, 14, 15, I think.
You can say amen if you get a couple eagles.
Yeah. 11, 12, 13, 11, a really hard par 4, which they keep backing up. 12 looks like it should be an easy little hole, but it must be a small green because they can make some numbers there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then 13 and 15 are just
2 weeks away from the Masters.
Got to eagle those holes if you're going to win.
Is 12 like the signature hole there?
No.
What's
not
the
at all.
signature hole there?
It's a great question.
Yeah, it is a great question. It's probably 13.
Is it?
I would think.
Down
around the corner and back into the woods.
They have a quote signature hole.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's 13 as a fan, but there's plenty you could look at.
Yeah, I mean 16 stands out. 18, the closing hole uphill is, each one's.
I'm guessing that they don't. Augusta National doesn't relegate itself to signature holes. All our holes are signature.
Welcome to the tournament.
Where hole did Tiger make that long putt? Where the Nike ball?
That's 16.
That was 16.
Yeah, he chipped that thing a par 3. Yeah.
They say that if it's 12.
Oh,
it is 12.
Yeah.
The little par 3.
Yeah. I guess that would be it. Let's play get us out of here and play in Mike.
It's kind of like Amen Corner, like the 3 of them.
2-minute drill. Service by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like really it's hard. It's the 3. It's the Amen Corner is their signature hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Morning, Mike. What to read.
I bet, though, if you ask people to identify the holes on Amen Corner, 12 would easily be the one they'd remember the most.
See, for me, it's always the par 5.
Yeah.
It's because you can make up the stroke. So I remember 13 much more than 12, but that's just me.
I just think so many shots of the ball coming up short and rolling down the bank or going long into the hedges or what,
chunked it there too.
Yeah.
So,
win or lose, Freddie.
I guess
Freddie's hung up there.
That's for 13 for me though, because I like watching the 2 shots and so much of a swing happens there. I mean, Rays Creek, we've had famous shots there where they leave it and it rolls back down into Rays Creek in front of 13, or you get lucky and it doesn't get in the water and you still get it up and down. At the end of the day, I guess that's why they call it Amen. 11 doesn't seem to fit. That's just a meh hole to me. It's a hard hole, but meh.
You got some work to do. Liam Cohen met the media earlier today.
Yeah, so we'll hear from him probably in the second hour of the show more than anything. We'll have Josh Edwards from CBS Sports on.
Right.
He did a 3-round mock at the end of the week last week. Kind of liked it for the Jags. Saw another one at CBS this weekend. Had them trading back into the first round. I almost never read to the end if I know it's only a 1-rounder because I'm like, all right, maybe I'll look to see where the quarterback's going. And for some reason, I scrolled all the way to the end. I'm like, oh, looky this. Pick 32. We're back in. And we took Emeka Egbuka. So we got some wide receiver help on the backside of that. And so today's Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day asks basically not what you want to have happen, but do you think it's more likely that they'll trade back from 5, get some picks, trade up from 36, get another first rounder, or probably not move? Which I think is probably the more likely.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to make it a one versus the other because I think more people will just say moving back from 5.
And I think this is where the analytics play in and where the staff looks at the needs the number of prospects that are there. In other words, where's the window where this position is going to have its most impact and effect? And that would, I think, determine how much movement you make. In other words, you got a bunch of these mid-round picks. If you have emphasis of position those are going to really be filled there with multiple picks, then maybe you keep them. If not, and there's a guy that can make, that immediate impact, like you said, moving back into the first round, then you could do it that way.
Yeah, I think they want
options.
Picks. What GM doesn't want picks, though, right? And when James Gladstone said that's how many picks we have for now, I think a lot of people interpreted it like, oh, he's going to be trading back and accumulating picks. Well, maybe not. Maybe he'll package a few together and go get a guy or two. We'll see.
We'll have a great show.
Oh, thank you.
It's Mike and Tony, and they're getting ready for Jaguars today. Our Monday is in the books, Jeffrey.
It is. It's been the Monday morning quarterback. As always.